last time on Tale of Gielinor. So, we started making our way to the Tengu Tetrahedron. We had a little memorial for all the fallen soldiers at Hanto. And, after the little ceremony, uh, Fukuro was approached by a what's it called? A soldier, just asking, what exactly they're gonna be doing. And we essentially explained that, our goal here is to rescue Lou II, and, all that the Cure Avengers have to do is participate as crew, you know? Um, and, after explaining that, it kind of put everyone at ease, except for the young Vanguard who kind of approached him. And he explained his background, how, uh, his how his father was hurt in the line of duty. uh the succession crisis kind of made him lose his home, and his brother is actually part of the rebel vanguard, and he just needs something to hold on to. Like he says that he's like loyal, but he's losing a little bit of hope. And Fukuro does confide and say that things are gonna get better. Things are very, very rusty right now within the Vanguard, and even he feels it. But not all hope is lost. And yeah, after a little bit, we actually go ahead and sail straight into a storm, and we are able to kind of get past it by Bijutsu's quick, turning of the the boat, steering.
Man, turning of the boat sounds so much less impressive than, skill as a sea captain.
Listen, man, I'm shot right
Turn
now.
the boat. Okay, the boat's going, and then you turn it.
Good. And then she went left, and that was a good part. That was And what's it called? Musoka also was able to use control water to like hell, and then Peyton what's it called? Kind of got knocked off, but he during a kami attack nonetheless. Yeah, we got attacked by a kami, by the way. And
crap kami.
Thankfully he was able to polymorph it into a cute baby little crab and teleport back to us, no problem. Our cute little OP grandpa. Alright. Then, after a little bit, Peyton took to the sky as an eagle, and we found he was able to see an airborne island that was like kind of chained, like on four different parts, making it look like a tetrahedron. And yep, we're here. This is the Tengu Tetrahedron. So we all kind of settle in. Shiruku and Fukuro had a conversation. Shiruku just kind of saying thank you for being a good friend. They're kind of talking about how they're worried about Tsubaya, just stressed about everything. Hopefully everything will turn out okay. Fukuro lets him know that there's some Western magic that could probably help him if it ever really needs to come to that, if we can't find a cure before, insanity sets in. And hopefully we all will get out of this in one piece. So, after a little bit, I think, Musoka then went into Lou II stream, and we learned that he was being guarded on the Grief's Rise by a tiger rider named Moonshadow. What's called? And then there's another one called Star Shadow who's actually guarding Sayaka, eye emoji. And they're parked right next to a giant ship that's like just all gray. It's kind of ugly. There's no features to it. We're kind of assuming that might be the dragon's fate, but we're not totally certain. Either way, Musoka promises to return, and the dream ends. And then the next day, we spotted an ox head mounted? Like a minotaur mounted on a kami.
Yeah.
It was very
Ox head
very
is
strange.
a minotaur.
Okay, I see. That's
Ox
like
head's a
well, it's the Eastern Minotaur.
Eastern
And I
Minotaur.
guess
Okay,
it
cool.
was established
Making
that
sure.
they're slightly shaggier and slightly more yak-like, but it's just a minotaur essentially.
Yay, yak boy. Okay. Anyways, yeah. So this is the we essentially go to the Island of Glass, which is the last known residence of Amico Yi. It's very mountainous and volcanic, and the coastline has a lot of large shards of like obsidian. But eventually, we do spot like some signs of civilization, but we decide to circle the entire island before doing anything rash on the island itself. Then we kind of make a full circle, and just to the left of like, or just north of where we kind of started, we saw another bit of civilization. And we said, okay, since we did a whole circle, we might as well check this one out, right? So we get on a rift.
Also,
A rift.
our
We
boats are running out of power, so
It
this
also
is
ran
where
out of
we
power,
stop.
therefore, yeah, like we saw, so we might as well, check it out. We essentially made our way there, but we're midway through the the boat ride. We were attacked by a uh like a big black golem, and uh after some strong arming from Rom, and after some uh what's it called after some good ass magics, we were able to kind of avoid it. I don't think we destroyed it, right? We just were able to run away, and uh then we approached this civilization, and we were shot by hillbillies. We were accused of communism. That felt bad. So we uh eventually were able to convince them to stop shooting us, please, for the love of God. You're all stupid, and we're able to convince them that we're not from the government. We're not trying to tax them. It's fine. Uh, we're not communists, haha. And here we are. We're now on the island of glass, about to speak to some hillbillies.
Yes, you are indeed on the island of glass. As you can feel unseen eyes looking around you from among these essentially huts dug into the uh, soft uh, yet very rich volcanic stone of this peninsula. See where the pumice is drilled through with holes. Uh, you hear the man. He actually walks a little bit of a distance away from you. The one referred to as Yamane calls out, "Hey, it's all right. I don't think that's from the government. Just here to change some coppers. They'll be out mighty soon." See, there's maybe a little bit more activity. You're sort of situated in a little bit of a shallow valley in the midst of this rocky peninsula where these dug out homes are on either side. You see a few people appear, start to go about their lives, but still keep a wary glance towards you. And you see more than one musket among them. It seems like you have a well armed populace over here. Now, the woman, her approach is she's a bit short, her hair done up in a high ponytail, streaks of gray in it, though she doesn't actually look that old in the face. Says, "And them, hell's wrong with those ones?" She's pointing to the members of your party that are wearing masks.
Well, it is well, they have experience with volcanic environments, and they were worried about the volcano on this island. But
Lava fucking sucks!
yes,
I nod my head.
we know the volcano doesn't seem to be very active at the moment, but that they're a bit paranoid.
Yes, and previous exposure has damaged their lungs somewhat.
You'll be paranoid when you get more ash in your lungs. Kind of.
Yes, there's
Howdy.
Musaka, who's kind of lately joined the group from back from her place, helping to moor up the boat. And the woman you heard referred to as Fuji says, "Yeah, I can understand that. especially if you come from out there by the trade routes. You know, the council, what they do is they pack the volcanoes full of these toxins, right? And so when they erupt, they get into your lungs and then they can track you.
Well,
Really?
shit!
Kind of playing along, just like, you know.
Oh, that is very interesting and probable.
Honest to all the guardians and the kami.
And that is why you came out here to avoid that. Was
Now,
there
this here's a free colony. That's what we do here. We live free. And the man rejoins. He says, now look, I believe you're not from the government, but that still ain't mean we're caught to outsiders. You're here to do some trading. You're here looking for what you're looking for. You best get her done and get.
Now, trust me, I'd rather not stay around this place longer than I have to.
So, okay, first things first. Do you use chimes here? Or do you have your own currency being a free colony?
Yeah, we manage some trade and chimes. We do occasionally have to do a little bit of negotiation with other traders. Some of them goddamn hippies coming up from the blue colony. Well, we prefer to barter possible something we can use. Oh, suppose we wouldn't say no to chimes if the price is right.
Right. So I'm guessing you don't get many traders here.
Yeah. Here and now. Some and then. What and foo.
Is there some kind of universal warning that they're coming? So that, you know, next time we come, we don't get shot at? Some kind
People
of a
come.
flag?
People come. And we know them. And they ain't come stumbling in like a bunch of intruders. You hear the woman say under her breath, socialists. Well, then we ain't got no cause to shoot them.
We will try to remember that.
Yeah, sour bad.
Yes. Let's see. I'm trying to think of what do we want to trade.
Do we have bananas?
Not
I was
on
about to-
hand.
Bananas is the obvious choice. We can make some. Got a corpse.
Looks around. Have we seen any corpses on the way?
No, not
No.
really.
Okay.
Were there any like dead sea animals or fish washed up on the beach?
I'll let one or two people roll a perception check to see if they caught sight of any sort of a dead sea animal.
I think Fukuro has the highest perception bonus.
Yeah, go for it.
Go for it. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, you actually noticed after you pulled away from that golem, a little bit away from where you moored up your skiff, there was what looked like maybe some kind of a sea lion or something. Actually, a couple of them sort of partially decomposed, but mostly skeletal, a little bit away from where you docked up.
I
Perfect.
guess then Fukuro pipes up. Well, we have bananas.
Nanners, huh? Suppose we wouldn't say no to nanners. And Fuji pipes up. Well, yeah, ever since them traders stop coming in from Yori, that is enough, Fuji. Ain't need to be airing out all the laundry just now.
No,
Yes.
no, keep talking.
Yeah, so what's that about?
Oh. Oh, well, shucks. It probably ain't nothing. Ain't nothing y'all wouldn't want to know about.
Well, we are traders, and it would benefit us if we knew more about, well, other people we could trade with.
Or a new niche, or an old niche that we could slip right into.
We could even give you a discount on the bananas, perhaps, because information is valuable after all.
Yeah. Bijutsu, or Shiruku, go ahead and roll persuasion.
Persuasion.
I guess. Sure, I will, because I think I can do it.
Eat it? Okay.
That's at disadvantage. That was a 1.
Oh no.
But it was a 14. So
It's still a 1.
Oh no.
Yeah, a 1 is always going to be a fail.
I can't do it as well, or just, is this only one person?
It was already rolled, man.
yeah.
Oh man. Alright.
Rip.
Yeah. Yeah, if y'all gonna trade with Rare Yori, y'all already know about Rare Yori. I didn't think that we're in the market to be trading that type of information. Now, what's it y'all want here? Because the sun's getting low. You gotta understand, we ain't too welcoming to quartering strangers after dark.
Well, okay, we will try to get our business done quickly then. So, what do you produce on this island? I suppose. You look like you have ample supplies of obsidian, for example. So if we were to give you all these bananas, what would you, besides chains, what would you be able to offer in return?
Freedom! Oh, hold on. Well, as I said, we got some chimes we use with traders. If y'all got something real nice, well, I suppose that depends what you want.
Well, if there's nothing that really comes to mind, I suppose chimes works pretty well. We
Y'all
were
ain't coming to the free colony ignorant, is ya?
Nope. No, we haven't gone there yet.
Uh,
Where's that?
that is here, I believe.
Oh. Sorry.
Ignorant means you ain't know nothing.
Yes, I'm sorry. She is a bit slow. Well, I am afraid to say we are a bit ignorant.
Probably from smoking all that reefer.
I don't think we've smoked any reefer. What is reefer?
Now, Westerners call it a snake weed. The devil's weed.
Yes, I had heard of it by that name.
Yeah, them hippie types down in the blue colony. That's a problem with that, among other things.
So they are the people on the south coast of this island?
Mm.
And I assume you two do not get along.
We tolerate what we must. They got better trade relations. But they all a bunch of do nothing hippie slackers. Communists!
Now I'm just
Call themselves artistes.
now I'm just thinking out of character. It doesn't make
More
sense.
like fartiste.
Because of that one comment
Really?
about them having better trade relations, now I'm just thinking out of character. Why don't we just ditch these guys and go there instead?
Yeah, really. Sounds like a better party.
Hey, y'all ain't seem know too much about this island. I got a map. Might be willing to trade it to some outsiders like you for something nice. Something
Ah.
real nice.
Well, I do have a some gold leaf. I don't know if you like decorating things or have craftsmen, but it is quite a nice. It's a whole square foot of it.
Yeah. What you think we're gonna do with that fella?
Well, as I said, decoration, but I shouldn't assume you're into that. So you said practical things, right?
I ain't no sissy.
Look at
Those
this.
What else you got?
volcanoes, do you have any need to climb them? Because we have equipment for
Climbing?
that.
Kind of look at each other. Roll a persuasion check, Peyton. Nah, I ain't reckon we go up the volcano. No. Risk running into more golems up that way. Not to mention pirates, lava. Plus, you gotta make your way through the mud pots. No,
Well,
I don't reckon we going up that way anytime soon.
there's pirates in the volcanoes. That's rather far away from their natural habitat.
Yeah, peculiar bunch they is. Socialists!
Do you have much trouble with them?
Oh, we ain't getting their way. They ain't getting ours. Keep to ourselves.
So they are. Well, what kind of communists or foreigners are they? I assume they're human.
Yeah, mostly. See a couple freaks. Yeah, they got a couple freaks. Most ones I seen, they's human though.
Define freaks.
Non-humans. Cat people, cow people, fish people. And y'all know what I'm talking about.
So, one more question about those people. If they are pirates, who are they? If no one goes up on the volcano, who are they pirating?
Yeah, what are they looking for up there?
Well, I don't know. He kind of sort of gets this shifty look in his eye. And Fuji turns back and says, Ah, I know. Should we tell him? Y'all seem like y'all come here ain't knowing much. Y'all best stay out of the pirates' way. That's what I'll say. They're doing can't be no concern of a handful of honest traders.
Alright, fair enough.
So, does anyone have anything they would like to trade for this map? I don't have much practical things on my own person.
Other than bananas?
Bananas or
No.
chimes? We have those.
Bananas, chimes. How many
Okay,
chimes would you say? Go on.
I was just saying, like, I guess we're probably like taking a step away from the others while we're having this conversation. Just so they're not like, oh, you're traders, but you don't have anything to trade. Oh, da, da, da.
We're banana traders.
Yeah, sure. You take a step away to discuss what you're going to trade for this map.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, sure. Well, Peyton, perhaps you could go get our supplies from the boat, as in bananas.
I could help you.
We'll try and keep them distracted, I suppose.
I mean, I didn't exactly bring a whole ton of stuff on me other than the essentials.
Yes, I suppose maybe we'll see if we have other things to trade in our inventory on them in the meantime. Yes, bananas. I'll go.
So you said that it was the woman who was offering the map, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is hard. I got nothing.
Huh.
I got something else to try now. Actually, I just thought of something.
How far is it to the boat, actually?
To the skiff or back to Setya's courage?
To the skiff.
Not that far.
Yeah, and the like the carcasses were just right there, or
A little bit up the shore from there. I'll have to row a little bit of a ways, but you could get that and be back here 20-30 minutes.
okay. Do we have anything to carry the bananas in?
Like have a bag or two.
Anyone? I guess we have like backpacks.
Yeah, we have backpacks. We have we got plenty to carry them over. So
Yeah.
I guess
I imagine
if
Musoka's with you
two
to.
people have a whole bunch of fill their bags and pockets with bananas, that's a fair bit of bananas.
Perfect.
And you can lump them in the boat as well.
Yeah. All right. So me and Peyton will fill our bags with banana. I don't know how many can we carry all together. I forget. Oh, I guess it's
Well,
worth mentioning how many we got.
Yeah. As Peyton, you arrive, check out this Dead Sea line. You can see that a good part of it has sort of been exposed to the sun in the open air and started to bleach away the bones. But then part of it is still just sort of decaying, sort of half resting in the water. So you're guessing may not get as many bananas as you'd hope to get. I'll still probably get a good armful worth of bananas, but at least without staying
Okay.
here and digging into them.
I have a little bit of an idea. I want to sweep what little remains there are here into like a little pile on dry ground,
All right.
and I want to cut. We're not within line of sight of the village, are we?
Yeah, you're out of line of sight.
Okay, I'd like to try to burn away the meat or whatever's left on the bones with fireball. Just keep casting it on this pile of bones to like purify it a little bit.
Very interesting. Yeah, I guess roll an Arcana check to see if you're able to shape this spell well enough to effectively burn away the flesh.
Nice.
Yeah, you work at it and kind of boom, 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 keep casting these fire bolts at it very strategically, and eventually you get a pile of sort of semi-charred but still dry, relatively clean bones.
Okay, and then I'll cast bones to bananas on that.
Congratulations, you have a sea lion's worth of bananas.
Woohoo.
All right, let's gather these bad boys and bring them on back.
So,
Hey.
Musoka, you went and you helped Peyton carry these.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's actually a good fair few armfuls this way now. You load up the bananas in the boat. It seems like you've got, yeah, maybe a couple 100 pounds worth of bananas from all of this. I just looked up how much a sea lion weighs and skeleton relative weight. So yeah,
Oh, thank
it's
God.
actually quite a bit. You know, I see the sea lions sometimes, and you don't think that they weigh that much, but I guess they do.
I think of little cute otters.
Oh
But I
yeah,
don't
sea
think that's
lions
what a
are
sea lion is.
bigger than that.
Meaty
Anyways, yeah, eventually you come back, and it probably actually with just the two of you, you're both wizards, would take you a couple of trips, even both of you, clearing out your packs and getting them completely stuffed with bananas to bring all of them here.
I think these
But
are.
as you guys
Yep.
take this 30-40 minute excursion, how have the rest of you filled this awkward time with Yamane and Fuji?
Bijutsu might get all her playing cards and see if they're interested in any games.
Okay. Have you got card proficiency?
I don't think she does, no.
All right. All right. Let's see. What would be a good thing to roll for this? Julia, can you roll a performance check for Bijutsu?
Yeah. I got you. Sorry, 1 second, fiddle roll. Performance!
That's not great.
Bijutsu gets out her cards and kind of tries to entice them into a game. Fuji plays about one hand and then gets bored. And you can see that over this awkward several minutes as you're waiting for the rest of your party to come back with the goods, they're sort of getting more and more impatient. Their mood's sort of souring a little. Finally, Peyton and Musoka, you've brought over both loads of bananas. Maybe you've put down a cloth or something, deposited this pile.
There.
Well, good job.
So y'all just hopping aisle to aisle, trying to sell off these here nanners.
You'd be surprised how profitable it can be.
Exactly. And I mean, how many merchants can you say only sell bananas?
Especially this far north.
Yeah, I suppose we could trade the map for these nanners. Of course, map is forever, and nanners, once we eat them, they'll be gone.
Okay. Well, I think I have something else that might be good for the map. You seem like a well-to-do lady. You with the map?
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, I sure got some class.
Well, I do happen to have a bottle of fine perfume with me. Would you perhaps be willing to trade the map for that?
Go ahead, and because you guys have made this big offering, and you've got the backing of everyone else, roll a persuasion, no disadvantage on this.
Ooh.
Oh, shucks. Yeah, this looks awful fine. Got this perfume, got all these nanners. Ah, hell, what am I going to do with that map anyway? Sure, we can make this trade.
Right.
Thank you.
That sounds like a deal then.
She scurries off into the one of these houses and then comes back out. She has this faded bit of parchment clutched in one hand. She says, "So y'all can really tell I'm a society type."
Oh, of course. It is. Well, it's very obvious.
Oh, well, that's awful kind, young man. Y'all ain't gonna try to sell these nanners over in Perkuma, is ya?
Prakuma, that is the South colony that you were talking about before, or no? That was one of the other islands, isn't it? Never mind.
No. Perkuma. As them damn melee Yaris.
Oh. Just so I remember correctly, Pakuma was one of the islands to the south, wasn't it?
No, you
Oh.
haven't heard that name before.
Okay, I
As a
thought
matter of fact, you kind of take a glance over the map as Fuji unrolls it for you.
I was getting mixed up
Go
with
ahead.
Panshan.
Oh,
Oh.
damn!
The whole place.
The whole ass map.
I was just expecting the island.
Woo, mama.
And you see the surprisingly detailed map of the Tengu tetrahedron.
Oh, that's Rayori. Okay. Oh.
Yes, it's Meme Island, kind of.
Sorry, where were you talking about? We hadn't heard that name before.
Well, if y'all ain't heard of it, y'all probably the best to steer clear of it.
Well, we don't know where it is, so if we don't know where it is, we might accidentally stumble into it.
Ah, well, you ain't know, we ain't know either. Yeah, I see him sometimes speeding by. Lately, they got these fancy speed boats. Yeah, them melee Yaris. Can't trust them. No, they got them damn orphans in their community. Don't cotton to that.
Right,
Well,
right.
if we hear the name, we'll steer clear of it then.
Well, okay. Is there anyone in this tetrahedron that you actually do get along with, that you would recommend us to could recommend us to trade with?
Well, I suppose there's some types over down in Rare Yori who they ain't so bad. Especially some of those types down by the 42 Pies, but you understand that whole place, most of it's a war zone these days. Yeah, they got some kind of conflict over there. Oh, it's all a big mess. Yeah, we ain't do much ain't do much trade with them. Hell, past year or so.
Right. And so Panshan is, well, anything good there?
Panshan, nah, the whole thing you asked me is a death trap. It's all jungles and mountains. You hear there's a city of ox head sorcerers down there in the very center of it, but y'all get there, it'll be some of the wildlife or the mist or maybe even the knolls that'll get you far before you ever see any of that.
Right. And well, we couldn't help but notice the floating island. Uh, is there anything of note there? But it's obviously quite inaccessible.
Yeah, anything to note? Maybe if you're a damn cat person. Yeah, I heard him say if you can manage to climb the chain all the way to the top, the manticores will take you as their new leader. And they both kind of start laughing.
Oh, we'd never climb that.
It'd be crazy.
Very great.
Yeah, they got some mad tiger riders stationed up there. Oh, think they're chimera. Mm. Wear these wings, these false stingers. I mean, we done a little bit of trade with them in the past, strictly out of necessity. But y'all ain't want to sail too near there, especially y'all got anything they want.
So they're a bit piratical then.
Weird things happen around that vertex. Communist things.
Ah, we'll stay clear then. Wouldn't want
Yeah.
our wealth to be redistributed.
Yeah, y'all
We
ain't
work
won't
hard
be.
for our shit.
That's right. Y'all ain't won't be anywhere near there during the eclipse.
Eclipse.
Y'all ain't know about the eclipse? Oh, they
Have
really
we
ain't
heard-
been out here long.
Wait, wouldn't no, wait, eclipses aren't global, they're like, yeah, okay, never mind.
Isn't it impossible to know when an eclipse happens? Isn't it just sort of, you know?
Maybe out there on the trade routes. Now here it happens damn near every month. And when the eclipse comes, you best get in shelter. Y'all ain't want to know what might happen if you're caught with the sun on you when the eclipse comes.
I see. And how long does this eclipse last?
Different. Sometimes only a few minutes. Sometimes an hour.
Ah, I see.
And when's the next one?
Probably pretty soon.
Well, is there a date? I think we'd kind of like to know if it's so dangerous.
Yeah. Listen for the chimes. Start hearing those. You know it won't be too long.
Times. Just from the sky?
Hey, you'll hear them.
Interesting. If we're caught during this eclipse on our boat, is that an issue? Is it imperative we need to be on land to hide from this, or?
Depends how good a boat you got.
We have a pretty sturdy boat, but
Yeah, well,
That's
if
a
you're
bummer.
on your boat, y'all best shut all the windows.
right.
We'll keep that
We'll keep
in
that in
mind.
mind. Yep.
Oh.
Great minds think alike.
Speaking of which, it'll be dark pretty soon. Think our business is concluded.
Yes, I guess so. Well, we'll be getting back to our ship, I suppose.
Yeah, y'all best get along now.
Well, we'll have to just stay out there, docked in the bay until morning, but we'll be leaving as soon as we can.
All right. Well, thank you for the capitalism. Best kind of financial system. My favorite.
Yes, you've turned us off communism even more than we were already
Really,
turned
really.
off. It is bad because it is.
And now I
Yes.
know about the toxins in the volcano. Can't believe it. I should have seen it coming.
Yes, I'll make sure not to breathe in any volcanic toxins anytime soon.
Right, right. We start walking away. Excited.
Just sort of walking backwards, sort of awkwardly before turning around.
Yeah, they watch you leave, both of them still just holding their muskets, but yeah, eventually you disappear from their sight, return back to your skiff, I presume start rowing back towards Setia's Courage.
I
Mm-hmm.
well,
Yeah, this time.
those. Go ahead. It was just like a random
Oh, I
conversation.
was just going to say this time you managed to row out, the mile or so out to your boat. Don't run into any more of these onyx golems, and it's easily enough aboard Setia's Courage.
Well, those were certainly interesting characters. I
Yeah,
And
wonder how
really.
long
Jutsu
they've been
finally
here.
taking off like the various masks and whatnot. Well, no shit.
Can't say the people on Yangshi are any smarter. Takes off my mask.
At least these guys were kind of funny.
What kind of accent is that?
I don't know. This seems to be the equivalent of the sticks.
Very interesting.
Yes, they had a very peculiar worldview. I would say.
That's a word you could use. Peculiar. Yes.
It
Paranoid.
looks like all the isolation might have screwed them up in the head more than they already were.
Well, they probably did that for
Yes.
themselves.
Still,
Yes, there's an interesting combination of ignorance and fear there. I wonder. I wonder about some of the things they said, though. The pirate camp in the middle of the mountains. The eclipse is particularly strange. I don't think our current understanding of the mechanics of the celestial spheres would allow an eclipse every month. I wonder what's causing it.
well, eclipses in the world we know aren't ordinarily accompanied by chimes either.
There is a floating island in the middle of the Tengu tetrahedron. I wonder if it's not the moon, but if it's something else, you know?
Oh.
Yeah, chimes makes me think that it's something that's being caused, well, at least with some degree of deliberateness.
Definitely. Something magical. And apparently we can't be caught by the light of it? How strange. Ugh. And our boat has
No,
like a...
and well, I mean, full-on eclipses make the sky turn blood red, so that ain't exactly the most fun.
No,
Yeah.
it's not.
And our boat has like a decent bottom of it, right? Like if we wanted to, we can shut out the light by covering the windows and stuff.
Yeah, I'd say you'd be able to do that. Get everyone into
Okay.
steerage.
Yeah.
So where are we thinking of heading when we start setting off sail tomorrow morning? Do we want to try and see the so-called colony of hippies on this island? Do we want to head off to another island?
Well,
Honestly,
we still haven't found the dragon's fate,
Well,
which is the
No, we have not.
we do know that the Melayari are with the Dragon's Fate. And if they've been passing by, well, we just need to see one of them and see which direction they're coming from. But I guess we did circumnavigate the island yesterday, though, and saw no ships.
I wonder how often they pass. Well, it's like they said, the colony to the south has better trade relations. Maybe visiting them is worth it because maybe they'll know something about that.
True, they probably would be more help though, but the only question is the time it would take to get there.
Seems like it'll take at least half of tomorrow. How many hours? Like, in character, is it 2 hours to get there? 3? Because I think we circled the whole island within like by noon, or
I
like
guess-
no, by the afternoon.
Well, we did start all the way on the left, so we do have quite. The ship has quite a bit of juice in it. To go
Yeah,
in and out.
it takes you 8 hours to move 160 miles.
It's like only 45-ish. Yeah, so it would not take that long actually to get there, and we would have
Yeah.
plenty of ship power left over. Well, something I was thinking of. Do you think it is possible that the pirates in the center of the island are working with Changok? You know, his tactics are famous. Well, on Hanto he hired smugglers, etc. He does
It's
do that.
It's incredibly possible, but like, what would they even be looking for on this island?
This is a good question.
Something about the volcanoes.
Well, okay. One thing I just thought of, and one thing that we can probably be sure of. Emiko was not in this village.
Definitely not.
So that is
What?
probably the most important reason to go to the other village, because she wouldn't have been here.
She could be in the other one though. I just hope she's not with these pirates.
Well, she was.
I have a feeling that if she was with the pirates, she wouldn't be there because she wanted to be.
Exactly. And well, the way these people explain them, calling them hippies, I'm sure they're actually pretty nice people. These strange northerners are pretty paranoid.
Well, the simple fact that they are apparently less isolationists, well, that is at least something.
It's much better for us. Yeah, I suppose we could just tell the crew the plan for tomorrow and yeah.
Any thoughts on the other two islands?
Apparently
Well,
Pen
good.
all I was gonna say was apparently Panshan is has a city of minotaurs? Goodness.
Yes, I heard something about ox-face sorcerers, but as much as that sounds intriguing, it does seem a bit out of our way.
Well, just looking at the map, yes, their city seems very isolated.
Yeah.
And there was mention of all the wildlife and the knolls between us and that. Even if we did land somewhere good.
True. Well, we will keep it in mind. There does appear to be some sort of settlement on the west side there.
Yes, it would be rather trivial for Muska and I to cast magic to allow us to fly up to the vertex if we ever deign to do so.
It is being guarded though.
Yes, I believe it would be best to steer clear of that place unless we absolutely must go there. That includes sailing around it.
Just doesn't seem like the type of place Chengok would go, so I have the feeling we won't have to go there.
Well,
We'll have to see.
he is working with some odd tiger riders.
Right.
This moon shadow you mentioned.
Yeah. Moon Shadow and Star Shadow. But, I mean...
Moon shadow almost sounds like an eclipse.
You know, now that you mention it, their names are pretty celestial. Maybe they know something about this? I don't know. Well, what do we think about Rayori?
Well, it sounds like a lot of the stuff that's dangerous on that island is, well, I mean, they said it was a fucking war zone. That doesn't sound like something we want to play too many games with, though I suppose it wouldn't hurt to circle the place to see if it wasn't something we could deal with.
Wait, Peyton still has the spellbook, doesn't he?
No, he just took a peek
Does
on
he?
it. He doesn't have it.
Oh, okay. He doesn't have it. Right.
Yeah, I think. Does Alcana have it? Someone else has it.
I think she left it with her parents.
Oh yes, she did because we
Oh
we
yeah,
joked
yeah.
about her parents making like magical souffles and junk.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that Peyton wouldn't remember the contents of the book, though.
Yeah, I think Peyton would, with all this talk, realize that because it was labeled on the inside Godama's Grand Cookbook, there was mention of that in the margins. You realize that cookbook did in fact come from Ryori.
Oh, wait! I think I've heard of this place before.
Well, shit,
believe
tell
it's-
us!
I believe it's home to a rather esoteric school of culinaromancy.
Culinaromancy. Wait a second, you don't mean that.
Uh,
I think they have a rather unhealthy obsession with food.
doesn't sound too bad.
Yes, it sounds. Well, that sounds like the kind of magic that everyone could enjoy.
Yes, I suppose so. I copied the banana spell from one of the spell books.
Oh.
Well, shit.
Ugh. Although, if they're making bananas, well, yeah, bananas from bones, I wonder what they're making other food from. Ugh.
Ah, eyeballs to apples.
Well, I guess we know more about that particular island than we originally thought, huh?
Alright.
So Panshan, interesting but hard to traverse. Priority, Coloneromancers, but also apparently a war. And the Island of Glass, pirates, hippies, and, well, those people.
Hicks, hippies, pirates. Wonderful place.
Quite a mix.
Well, I guess we'll see what the morning brings,
Yes.
I guess.
Here. I think Musoko would just take the time to tell the crew what we're gonna do for tomorrow, and then I mean, I'm sure you guys could help too, but yeah.
Yeah, keep the crew apprised. There's no hesitation there. Just seem glad to be kept abreast of the mission. As evening settles in over Setya's courage, does anybody do anything else?
Should I?
I think Fukuro will do more of what he did that one time on the way to Hanto and spend some time with the crew.
Oh, all right. Yeah, you just go ingratiate yourself amongst the crew. Talk to them, maybe play some games. I don't know. Do you have any sort of a game set or an instrument proficiency?
Nope.
All right. I know Fukuro can sometimes be a little bit awkward socially with his negative charisma stat, but he still manages to talk to the crew. Maybe not enough that it has an appreciable effect right now, unless you really do want to roll for a performance or persuasion. But yeah, I feel like you go a little closer to them.
No, I think I'm good.
So, evening settles in. You all get what sleep you can, except, of course, for Shiraku. As morning
Well, actually,
dawns.
uh,
Oh,
I think Julia might want to dream someone, and I was thinking of doing
Yeah.
something. Could Shuriku just spend the whole night fishing?
fishing? Sure.
Yeah, just catching fish and gutting them. And just, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. But meanwhile, Musaka, you are casting Dream.
I would like to contact Sakane.
You would like to contact Sakane. Very good. So, as you settle off into sleep, you find yourself on a dark ocean. Very dark is night. There are no stars in the sky. There's no trace of land on the horizon, no pinpricks of light from a distant settlement. You can hear the creaking of wood compressing and expanding with the force of the salty water, but you can't clearly see any features of the boat. What are you doing, Masoka?
I look around. Do I see... It's too dark, I guess, to see Sakane?
Yeah, it's too dark to see Sakane. And even though, as a siren, you typically would have dark vision, it seems to not be doing you any good in this dreamscape.
And even if I were to make some kind of like a dream lantern, does that help my chances?
You try to exert your will over the dream, try to shape it. Go ahead and roll an Arcana check.
Kinda... Nice.
You try to reach out, and it's still resisting. But you manage to get just enough to sort of call forth a little orb of light into your hands. And as it does, you can see a little bit more around you. But as you look down at the planks forming the deck of the ship, they almost seem as if they're unfinished, or like they're the impression of planks if you looked at a plank of wood very briefly out of the corner of your eye. If you only had this blurry impression of it, they seem blurry, not quite real. Nothing about this place feels quite real, and you know it's not real, but usually the dreams are a lot more vivid. And you can now see up at the helm of this ship, which is not the finely figured wood wheel that you're accustomed to, but more of just this nondescript circle. There is a slightly hunched figure of, you assume it's Sakane, sort of leaning over it.
Uh-oh. This is giving me Lu 2 vibes. She would like to walk up the plank of the ship and try to approach Sakane and just say, Sakane?
Say that once. There's no response.
Sakane?
Who is that?
Sakane,
Who's
this
talking?
is Musoka. What happened? You went silent. Did you get
Okay,
captured?
it's... Yes. Yes, that is what happened to me.
Oh no.
Then you hear
You're-
something. At first you think it's just a rumble of thunder. But then you hear it again, and it feels sharper, more insistent. And then again, doom.
Does that sound like the same kind of doom that like I heard in Jakku's dream?
It does.
Oh no. Oh, Sakane, tell me, where are you?
I don't know. It's so hard to remember.
You have to try. Quick. I can't stay here for long.
I'm trying. I'm trying. Roll persuasion, Masoka.
Shit.
Doom. You can see his features. He's struggling with this mental effort. And you hear this doom even louder. And this time you can feel that vibration up through the ship. Feel it coming through the water up into you. And it feels like it's not creating these waves on the water that you would expect. It feels almost as if the water and the ship are a single continuous object that is carrying this reverberation.
I'm gonna try to like lighten the entire ship, like put these kind of like calming lanterns all around in an attempt to like try to clear his mind a little bit. And just
Roll
say,
another Arcana check. This is going to be. It's a little bit more effort to exert that level of control over this dream.
oh,
Very nice.
Is that enough, boy?
Very nice. Yeah, you. As a matter of fact, why don't you tell me what this looks like?
I imagine just blah 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 like these like kind of bluish lanterns just appear everywhere and kind of exert this calm aura around Sakane, and she is attempting to calm him down, clear his mind, and try to help him find the words.
Yes, you create all of these, and there is indeed this sort of calming effect. He doesn't seem to be straining quite as hard, but you can also see each time one of these blue lights snaps into existence, there is this second when what it is shining on does not seem to be anything. It's this sort of amorphous, pale mass that kind of shifts into the sort of wooden deck of a ship as light is cast on it, as if it's shaping itself to meet your efforts to make some sense of it. I'm going to go ahead and pull up his sheet, because he's got a full sheet. And he is trying and trying. And because you've got this calming effect, I'm going to give him advantage on this roll.
Mm-hmm.
I got to figure out what kind of a roll this is. Probably some kind of a wisdom. I'm going to say it's an insight roll. It's still going to be a high check, but let's see how he does. And he's struggling, but you see that he's struggling once more. He can't quite get it, and you hear this other boom. And you see these lights you've created kind of flicker for a second, and the grain of wood on the deck kind of almost spaz out, like when you press into like an LCD screen, and it kind of has that rainbow effect. It's almost like that on the surface of the ship with the wood grain.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll come back.
I'll try.
And I'll cut off the dream.
You cut off the dream. And oops. Not mean to move that there.
I was about to get worried.
Damn it. She kind of wakes up like face palming.
But yeah, you come to, and you can see a little bit of the golden light through your porthole, where most of the rest of the crew is sort of sleeping in this regular steerage. Meanwhile, Shiroku, you don't have proficiency in fishing tackle, do you?
No.
Go ahead and roll a sleight of hand. Yeah, with
Sure.
disadvantage. Yeah, you spend the night fishing. A lot of the things that you pull up are kind of these small, bony, tough, mostly inedible fish that you end up throwing back.
No, I don't throw them back.
Oh, you don't throw them back.
I don't.
Okay. So you've got a couple of these horrible fish, and then maybe one or two carp, the sea carp that look like they are edible. It's not a great haul, but you know, you at least got something fishing through the night. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, lovely. Oh
Fuck, no.
Oh, no.
dear.
No.
Okay.
Maybe I should re-roll that.
Yeah.
That's
If you need force,
Yeah!
fuck.
yeah. I'd like to spend some foresight to re-roll that. Anything but a 1 would be nice.
Sure.
Just because it's a 1, I would have accepted the 2, but
You literally can't do worse than that.
Yes. So, as the morning comes, you've spent this night fishing. You feel kind of listless, a rod in your hand, phrasing, and you sort of, as you get up, you're sort of woozy for a second, a little bit dizzy on your feet as you hear sounds start to come up as the rest of the crew is awakening. You are now at 2 levels of exhaustion, which I believe means that you are additionally at half speed.
woo!
No.
Better than 3 levels of exhaustion.
Very true. So I guess Shuki just sort of sits there, a bit dazed, watching everyone else wake up and come out.
So as you all go about your morning routines, the crew is prepped up. The static engine for the ship is started. What are you guys doing?
Shuki gets his bucket of fish and brings it over to Peyton. I try to get some more banana fodder. I even caught some very bony fish. It's quite good.
Well, I suppose we can keep a stockpile of bones in case the need ever arises.
That is what I was thinking, exactly. A few nights of this, and well, I might get a good amount. Yes, then we have bananas for if we need to. Well, they're such a good bargaining tool. So, yes, I'll just I will go. How about I do the gutting of the fish and such? I guess maybe I shouldn't have brought them to your hole. Well, anyway, just checking to see. Just telling you that's what I'm planning to do.
And as Usoka wakes up, she would probably want to gather Shiruku and Fukuro. And maybe just like the entire group and just tell them Sakane has been captured.
I was afraid of that.
Yes,
Well, shit.
I visited his dream and it was unnaturally dark. It was blurry. He told me he got captured, but he really couldn't form any other sentences. He couldn't. Something was keeping him suppressed. I think they
Was
got him.
it the same way with Leo II?
In a way, it was slightly different. Real fast. When it comes to Leo II's, could I detect a lot of like differences between Sakane's dream and Liu's dream? Like, I just know that Liu had like this little baby depression, and he had like this cushion that was strange, and all this like gray dust. But did Sakane have that?
No, you didn't see that. Yeah, Sakana's dream seems to have a lot more in common with Jaco's dream than either of them seem to have with Lou's dream.
Right. It is different. Lou's had this strange. It's almost like a dust storm, right? But his was. It was on a dock, and he was on a ship, and the ship it was almost abstract. The shapes were, the wheel was just a strange flat circle. The boards of the ship were just strange rectangles. They like it, you know what I mean? It's different type of magic. I know that, but it's certainly our enemies.
Did you tell us about your dream about dreaming Jakku?
I have not.
Did you tell Peyton?
I did tell Peyton though.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah, I told Peyton.
I wonder if there's anyone else worth dreaming.
Well, that depends on the limitations of the spell. It is unclear whether you can actually dream someone you haven't actually met. In which case, well, if you could dream someone you have only heard about, Emiko would be another good one to try to contact again. But I don't think you've actually met her, Musuka.
I have not. Let me just think. I'm trying to
Choose a creature known to you. Huh.
Yeah,
known to you.
It's vague.
Yeah.
Well, God, what does that mean?
This is a hard one.
I think this is one of those times where you look for a good, Chris Perkins, Jeremy Crawford tweet, because I'm sure we're not the first ones to have this thought.
Come on, Reddit, let's go.
Yeah, I guess the
Can
question
you
is,
dream?
do you have to have met them, or can you just know that they exist? Or know about them? Don't spells like message actually say you have to have met them, don't they? Well, not message, sending.
Yeah, huh. Because I know sending, it has to be someone that you actually know.
Mm-hmm. D&D.
Yeah, it's a different wording. You know what? I think I'd probably rule it that you could attempt to do it, but it would require an additional roll.
Okay. Imagine I connected the wrong person. It's like calling the wrong phone number. I've never tried it before, and honestly, I'm kind of embarrassed. I don't know if I could do that or not, but tomorrow I could certainly try.
Of course, it doesn't hurt to try.
Of course.
I guess aside from Emiko, I don't really know. We don't really know anyone else who is active in the tetrahedron. Words.
Best target would have to
Hey,
be
I
the
didn't
second.
name it.
Just make sure he's.
Well, that is the plan for tonight anyway. What about now? Do we want to head around the island to the other place again, or... Well, that was our plan last night.
Yes, I suppose we might do well to ask these hippies.
At least we should ask them if they have seen Emiko, because she was on this island.
I mean, we'd probably have to sail around that way if we wanted to get to Rayori or whatever anyway.
True. Well, I guess everyone keep a good lookout, see if you can see any other ships. Seeing where the Melayari are going might, well, it would be very useful. We didn't have good luck yesterday, but we might have some luck today.
So, as you start to solidify your plans, you head out onto the deck of the ship, where you guys are moving around the isle towards the what was referred to as the Blue Colony.
I think so, and yeah, I think the best way to get back is the way we came. Really, it's easier going the other way. Yeah.
All right. So, that's what 50 miles to get around the island.
45 to 50.
45. All right. Yeah, you easily take to the helm, Bijutsu. It is a clear day as you begin rounding about, pulling Sethi's courage out, and then watching its reflection as 100 fragmented versions of it shine back darkly at you through these obsidian mirrors that jet out of the waters around the island of glass. Just for fun, why don't you go ahead and make a seafaring check for me?
That's a 1d20 plus 5 for her.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. That's right. Oh, no. Julia is DCing.
Julia is back. Do you hear me?
Yes, we do.
Woo! Okay, good. I am back.
You are here just in time to roll a 1d20 plus 5.
Oh, here I go. Sorry. Gonna roll 20. Launch game.
Actually, you know what? Before you do that, you guys had a pretty eventful trip over here. So let's have everyone roll a d20.
This is straight D20.
Do I have
Straight
disadvantage
D20.
on this one?
Yeah, actually.
Oh,
As
hang
we
on one
choose.
sec. Roll 20 isn't responding.
And Julia, roll another d20. For Bijutsu. Yeah, there we are.
Yeah.
So, in that
Can
case,
someone
1, 2, 3,
roll
4.
for me? I'm
Yeah,
having
I'll
connection
roll a
issues.
d20 for you. Yeah.
Do we have to Jin or
Oh, for
All
Jen
right.
as well.
Nah. Jin, it's debatable whether you get this roll anyways. But
Okay.
okay. So, Peyton, Fukuro, and Musoka, all of your seafaring scores go up by 1.
Og?
But anyways, now Julia, go ahead and roll a d20 plus 5 for Bijutsu. Oh,
There we go.
very nice. Yeah,
Whee!
easily enough. The ship navigates its way over the next 2 or 3 hours around the isle. You lower down this skiff to the surface of the water. Jin ends up staying behind this time with the crew. I feel like they may need a little bit of extra protection that Jin would provide. You start rowing out towards the shore. As you get closer, you can see, especially you, Fukuro, sort of scanning the coastline as you are with your spyglass, the unique makeup of this place, this blue colony. There are indeed several upturned hulls of ships painted, some of them like rainbows, some of them with these very broad, kind of caricaturish paintings, but all of them very bright. Some of them with these, you can start to make out, even with captions that seem to be political art. There are these streamers of flags going up between these poles that have been set up all around the beach here. You can see that there are a number of boats that have been pulled up on the dark sand alongside these large nets that you assume are filled with fish used for trawling around here. As you get within sight where you can make out the people, you can see that several of them are in these kind of peacocky costumes. Some of them literally have feathers in these sort of headbands they wear. These long flowing robes, or some of them are barely wearing anything but loincloths. Some of them have like elaborate body paint on. You see that it is mostly human, but you spot a few tiger riders, a few sea orphans. You even think you spot a couple of cyclopes sort of bumbling around with these various people, and you even catch the sight the snitches of music played on what sounds like a concertina as you eventually smoothly glide up onto the dark sand. See this man with this scraggly kind of what may have once been dark, but through the sun bleaching has become this reddish beard, kind of scraggly. His has this leather vest and a chest that's been sort of painted with what looks like a rainbow starburst on it, and these loose pants. Sort of opens up one hand, thin guy, and he says, "Hey, man, who are all you?"
The
Why, hello!
Hey, man.
Hey, welcome to the Blue Colony, man. What are you doing here? I come to hang out, to chill?
Yeah, I love them already. We're actually merchants, and we noticed your colony here, and we were wondering if you were interested in bananas.
Oh, bananas, man. I'll tell you what. You know, if anything, these people around here on potassium overload. You know, we used to trade a lot of bananas around here, but maybe there'll be someone who wants some. Or if not, you know, you can just come and hang out. You know, we keep things pretty chill here. Look, it's early now, but like come around noon, you're gonna get some bigger waves coming on. We got a few people. You get this cork, right? It comes from the coast of Panshan. It's great. You can make these boards out of it. It's really righteous to like get out there on the wave. It's super easy. If you guys are sticking around, I could even show you a little bit.
You said they come from the coast of Panchan.
Yeah. I don't know if you've ever been there, man. Like, you get deep in the jungle and it's a gnarly scene, but you stay out on the beaches. It's actually pretty sweet.
Interesting.
Oh, shoot. I'm sorry, man. I like to think everyone who you've not met they're not strangers. They're just unmet friends, and I sometimes forget to introduce myself. I'm Tokiyori. What are your names, man?
Well, I am Shiroku.
I am Musoka.
Bijutsu.
Fukuro.
Oh, tight, yeah. Well, you know, if you guys got bananas to unload, whatever, you can keep them on your ship. I mean, we're pretty good. No one here is gonna steal a man. There are a couple of speedboats you can see pulled up on the shore, but those are from the people who, you know, they work in Perkuma. Well, whatever.
Uh-oh.
Those,
Interesting. Tell me, Tokiyori, was it?
Yeah, that's right, man.
Have you had any other visitors within the last couple of months?
Oh, I mean, people visit all the time, man. You know, it's a cool scene. Hey, come on, let's walk and talk. And he sort of starts to guide you. As you head deeper in the jungle, you can see that the crowd around here definitely seems to skew a little bit younger than the people that you saw walking around the free colony. There is indeed this Cyclops woman with this long hair and these tight braids and what looks like a a single spectacled shade, the likes of which you haven't seen, Shiroku and Fukuro, since your time with Logi back on Kanoka. You see there are a few people kind of playing music. You see that there is this large kind of makeshift grill set up that looks like it was originally some piece of ship debris where they are grilling these fish. It actually smells pretty nice. It's got some kind of herbs on it. It's it's got kind of this hippie colony vibe.
It's way fucking better than the other place, I'll give it that.
Absolutely. Ugh. So much more hospitable.
Well, I mean, given we immediately got shot at the last one, the bar wasn't high to begin with.
That's very true.
Yeah. You see that he actually stops down by this tent that's adjacent to an overturned ship's hull that you can see has been kind of outfitted as a little bit of a sitting room on the inside, a little bit of a cabin. And there's this slightly chubby sea orphan with this very puffy neck that's kind of got spines on it. He says, "Hey, Naotsu, I think I could bum a spliff off you, man." "Oh, yeah, whatever." Kind of hands him this little hand-rolled bit of some kind of a leaf. And he says, "If you don't mind." And the one who's identified as Naotsu, he kind of snaps his fingers a couple of times like he's trying to get him to do something. And on about the fourth time, a little bit of a spark of a flame emerges at the tips of his fingers. He lights the edge of this little spliff, and Tokiori takes it, takes a long inhale, and he says, "Hey, y'all want to try, man? Heard this came all the way from Karamja. That's in the west, man."
No, I haven't bothered with that nonsense in 40 years.
Oh, you know what? Why not?
It wouldn't be the dumbest decision I've made in my life, that's for certain. No, that would be the drunk karaoke.
Yeah. He hands you this spliff Fukuro, and you, as you take a little bit of a puff of it, go ahead and make a Constitution save. Yeah, you take it, and there's a little bit of an acrid burn at first, but then you just kind of feel a little bit of this relaxation come over you. And it's not that much, but you feel a little bit mellowed out. So for the next hour, I'm going to say, you're just experiencing the positive effects. So I'll say, if you have to make a wisdom saving throw in the next half hour, you'll have advantage.
Oh, hell yeah, brother.
Oh man, this stuff is the bomb.
Yeah, right? Come on, let's sit down. I'm meant to go fishing a little bit later, but I don't mind putting that off a little bit. So, what are you guys up to? Where you guys come from, man?
Well, we come from, west, I guess. The rest of the Wushan coast. This is our first time in the tetrahedron.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, it can be pretty gnarly getting through the storms, but, you know...
Yeah, we nearly got sunk by a crab thing!
Oh, yeah, I've seen one of those once. You got the crab kami, you got the well deals. It's a whole thing, but I generally don't bother with the Island of Glass. Maybe the occasional manticore, man, but, you know, I think most people, they don't want what we've got here. So it's pretty cool. And I mean, honestly, I wouldn't live anywhere else, you know? No cons, no council, no chi cartel. You don't want to know the kind of gnarliness that they get up to.
Oh, believe me, man, I understand. I've had to deal with a lot of that stuff in the past couple of years. It's kind of tiring.
Oh, yeah. You know, they keep slaves, like literal slaves, and I know like there are a lot of places where slavery is still legal in the council regions, which, I mean, look, totally bogus, but like they even do that. Open waters, places where, uh, and he kind of looks off into the sky for a second. He says, "I'm sorry, man. I forgot what I was talking about."
That's cool, man. Hey, speaking of which, I asked you something earlier, but I kind of messed it up, man. Listen, I asked you, if you had any visitors recently. I meant, have you had any people move in recently, within the last month or so?
Yeah, yeah. Well, there's Meebu. Yeah, he moved in like 3 weeks ago. What I heard, he'd actually been an accountant on Tokoko. Wild stuff, man. I think he's out on the water right now. And then a couple months ago, we had Emiko move in. She's nice. She kind of sold out, man. She's got some new job over on Perkuma. And let's see, and then there's Akiyori. She's pretty cool. And she makes this great tea. She puts all these herbs in it and then a little bit of milk. We managed to get some from Ryori, though it's a little bit harder to get that kind of stuff shipped in now.
Ah, yes, that was because of the war on Ryori.
Yeah. I mean, there are some people who, they're still willing to trade, but now it kind of comes at a premium, just bogus, but whatevs.
So, what kind of job did Emiko get? Where she would want to leave this sort of place?
I don't know, something with food. Yeah, I mean, it still comes back from time to time, and it's cool. She can crash wherever, but yeah, most of her time she's out there, Perkuma.
Where is this Perkuma? We've been hearing about it, but it's not on our map.
Oh yeah, well, that's the thing. It moves around. It's all a bunch of boats. Right now, I think it's like south of here. Pretty sure it's been keeping anchors like between here and Ryori for a few weeks now.
Oh. That's really useful to know, actually.
Yes,
Is it?
Oh yeah, he's gonna try to do business with them.
You could say that, yeah.
Are they hospitable? We briefly stopped by the people up north, and well, they were certainly not hospitable.
They shot at us, man. It was crazy.
Yeah, a bunch of racists up there. I mean, I'm all for live and let live. You do your thing, we do ours, but you're gonna be racist about it. I mean, that's kind of bullshit.
See, now you understand, my man.
That is bullshit. Yeah. I had to cover my face in order to not get shot at.
Oh yeah. Oh shit, yeah. They don't like sirens. They really don't like sea orphans. Whatever, they probably not going to give you any help. Best not talking to them. Yeah. I'm sorry, man. I forgot what you were asking about.
Perkuma, are they hospitable?
Oh, yeah. I guess it kind of depends. Sometimes they're a little bit weird about things. And, like, to be honest, like, just to be real with you, they can be pretty mercenary, but, if you're not going in guns blazing, and you're, pretty open about your approach, they'll probably be pretty cool. I don't know. Worst they can do is send you back, right?
Yes, of course. What worse could they do, right?
How did Emiko get a job over there? Did she tell you at all?
I don't know. I mean, I guess she just started hanging out. I mean, how does anyone get a job? I don't know, you know. We don't really believe in that kind of thing out here, you know. We all fish, we all trade. We you know, it all works out, man. I think maybe if we had like more, you know, the types you get up north, maybe it wouldn't work, but everyone here is pretty chill. Oh shoot! Now I remember. There's a big boat over on Perkuma. It's supposed to be a secret dragon something. Yeah, don't try to get on that boat, man, cause they are some real hard asses.
Is it
Oh,
a
we
big?
definitely won't.
Yeah.
Hard ass. What do you mean, man?
Well, like, I don't know what happens there, man. I heard a couple rumors that it's some kind of a, I don't know, like a casino for bigwigs or something. I don't know. It doesn't really seem like the Meliares would be like that to have that in their village, but it wasn't always there. I don't know. Just they're pretty hard up when it comes to that boat. Like I think the rest of the village is fine. But you don't want to get on that one.
Well, we'll keep that in mind. A floating casino.
It's. Would you say it's like boring looking, big, gray?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay. Wow, we really should have came here first.
I did mention yesterday, but you all
You
wanted
did.
to keep sailing.
We did. You're right. So right.
Yeah, man, we should have come here and we should have stayed.
Fakura,
Yeah, no shit.
set
I
up your
mean,
retirement
I
plans.
wouldn't have had to get a job here. That would have been awesome if I spared that pain.
Did you say, Leighton?
Oh, I just said, Fakura, set up your retirement plans later.
Ah,
So, what you guys up to? You think you want to try surfing the waves? I mean, yeah, a couple of hours. The high tide will come in. You know, it should be pretty sweet.
Perfect. I always have my nose in a book and never tried it.
I mean, it sounds pretty neat, pretty killer.
Yeah. Like, it's not that hard. You know, the trick to surfing the perfect wave is not to worry too much if you fuck it up, because then you can just get right back on.
Right.
We'll take your word for it, I suppose.
Right. Oh, by the way, I just had a few more questions. When we're talking to those jerks up north, they talked about these pirates in the middle of the islands. Do you know what's up with them? They're near the volcano.
Oh yeah. And he calls back. Hey Naoto, what's the name again? With the waterfall and all that. There's lots of waterfalls. Oh, the pirate, and they got all the golems and Baozang. Yeah, Baozang. That's the name of it.
So, what do they do?
I don't know. Pirate stuff. Shit, what does any pirate do?
Well, it is not that usual for pirates to have a lot of golems.
Yeah, they got like I don't know if you've seen, but there are like these weird golems, man, on this island. They're like these two triangles, and they'll start just suddenly start waving around. The trick is
Oh,
not
yeah!
to get too close to them.
We ran into one of those bastards on our way in.
Yeah, the thing is, they're like ancient. Like, if you go deeper into the petrified forest, there's this like ruin with a couple of carvings, and it looks like real super old, man. And it's got them still on there. So I don't know where they came from, but they've been here longer than any of us. And I guess those pirates, man, they figured out how to control some of them. And so, like, you're fine out here, but, you get closer to the volcano or the valley, the river, it can get pretty gnarly.
I see.
So no golems of the ordinary Wushanko make.
Oh no. These aren't like those ones that come from Hey Naotu, where do they make all the golem cores? The scythe. Yeah, the scythe. Those bogus, like, hereditary khanate. Like, how dumb is that? Like, okay, my dad was the Khan, that means I should be Khan, and that means my kid should be Khan. Like, is that not the most fucked up shit? Like, seriously. Like, anyone, who knows what's wrong with them? Like, they could be, like, a full-on purist and be Khan.
Or a pirate, or an occultist, or both.
Yeah, right?
No.
I'm sorry, I forgot what we were talking about.
We were talking about a lot of things. Well,
We were talking about taking a surfing, man.
Oh,
yes.
yeah. Oh, shoot. Look, I gotta get out, and I gotta, fill up a net, get in some more fish, and we're supposedly gonna have a green shipment in the evening, but when I come back, man, if you're still around, I'll totally show you how to surf. It'll be righteous.
Yes.
It,
And well, while we're in the tourism mood, where did you say these ruins were? Are they close or are they quite the hike?
No, they're a few miles inland, through the petrified forest. You might run into some more of those golems, man. I mean, actually, it's pretty boring. It's just like, a few old hunks of wall, and there are some carvings on them. It's no big deal.
Well, we do have an academic with us. Eyeing Peyton.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. Oh, look, man. Fukuro, Musoka, and the rest. I gotta go, but yeah, real cool meeting all y'all. Maybe I'll see you when I come back.
Last question. Do you remember where Emeko Yi lived in this world?
he never said her last name.
Emiko? I'll spend foresight to not say Yi.
I mean, he's probably
Sure, you
good,
can use a point of foresight for that.
I don't know
says-
if he's high as fuck, bro, but I'll do it either way.
Yeah, man. She lived in that kind of white painted hole. If you see, it's down over on the east side of the beach, right near the water. There's someone else living there now, but she still crashes there when she comes in. She borrows one of the speedboats from Prakuma. I mean, it's cool. What was I?
A friend of hers lives there? Or just
No, just someone else. I mean, I think we're all pretty much friends. Anyways,
Fairly
man,
nice.
I really gotta get out there. But yeah,
You go-
real cool meeting all y'all.
You catch them fish, man.
He kind of gives a nod, thumbs up, as he goes walking off back towards the beach.
Fukuro turns to the rest of the group. This place is great and we should never leave.
I mean, unfortunately, we do have work to do, otherwise I'd be full on in with ya. Shit, man.
It is certainly
Reminds me of my cove.
it is
I like it
certainly
here
a good
too.
place to hide out.
Way better than those fucking hicks who shot at us. Can you believe those people? God.
Holy shit, man.
Shut at me, you mean? That was not great.
I got shot at too, dude.
I got shot at like 4 times. But, well. So, we have a few things we could do here, it looks like.
Well, my suggestion was going to be to check out Emiko's place, but if someone else is living there, I doubt her stuff is just kept lying around.
Well, I bet the person there would know more about Emiko than, well, basically anyone else.
Is this true?
If she's coming to crash there every so often. Even if they're not friends, they are, well, acquaintances. You can't share a room with someone without knowing them.
And, well, if he's anything like Tokiyaki over there, I'm sure he'll be friendly enough to share some things.
Did you just assume his gender? It might be a lady.
Fair enough, man.
But, and do you really want to go surfing later? I mean, we might have time, but I don't know how important that is.
Don't you want to learn how to ride the waves in case we ever have to, abandon ship, dude?
I mean, he has a point.
I trust in my swimming ability. But, I mean,
Do you?
yes, but I guess it would be a good skill for you to learn.
And besides, at the very least, if not me, he kind of looks at the siren and the sea orphan among them. They can't even drown.
True.
I guess learning how to surf would be a lot easier for us.
Well, so that's 2 things on the to-do list.
And I assume your idea was going to be the ruins?
Well, it is worth a shot. I don't know how important they are.
It's about these golems.
It's just this place is well, this the whole eclipse thing, or the Tengu, the storms. Anything knowing about this strange archipelago?
Right.
I
say,
agree.
I say we look at Emiko's place, maybe look at the ruins, and we can always meet up with forgetting his name. Tokiyori later and ask him more questions if we have them. While we learn to surf, I suppose.
Yeah. Oh, and well, I think I might just talk to this salesman over here. If we're done talking.
I think we are, yeah.
Yeah, I guess so I just wanted Tsuruku to walk over to the guy who was distributing the goods earlier. I mean the drugs. I mean. So, are you a purveyor, an expert on narcotics?
Oh, to the guy in the you walk
the guy
over and you
sitting
see
down,
that sort of chubby guy that sort of just lying down in that the lean-to next to that ship. And Naotsu kind of looks over at you and he says, "Oh well, I tend to keep a bigger stash than most people. Look, honestly, if Tokiyori held his own stash, he'd get through all of it in one afternoon. I help pay some."
That's a good thing for a friend to do. Well, I was wondering if I could But you see, I have had some enormous trouble in sleeping lately, and I was wondering if you had any, well, herbs or other things that could really help with that. Anything that just knocks you right out.
I mean, I got a couple of downers. How bad a trouble have you had? Because I don't know if you'll want to take these if all you want is to go to sleep.
I really, really, really need to go to sleep. It is, well, you cannot imagine how severe the problem is. If there's any chance, I am willing to take it.
Oh well. I kind of gets up with a grunt, walks into the ship, and you see he pulls open a cabinet, looks through some stuff, and he says, "Well, man, what did you say your name was?"
Shiroku.
Yeah, Naotsu. I got this stuff that, honestly, I've been holding on to for a couple of years, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. It's some kind of. It's made with cadaver berry, but yeah, this will supposedly really put you to sleep. The thing is, it could very easily also just straight up kill you, man. So I don't know about that.
Is there a well, how likely do you think it is to kill me? Or kill the user?
I mean, I never tried it myself, but I mean, maybe 50-50.
So you have that, okay, do you have anything slightly less lethal? Just slightly, just maybe not a 50-50? I could do it 25%.
I don't know. Like, I got some downers, man, but those will make you mostly just relax you and maybe make you a little drowsy. I don't know about it actually, like, putting you to sleep.
Right. Well, okay, well, I could I perhaps purchase one of the downers and the cadaver berry? Or trade for them? Sorry, I should have asked. Do you use chimes here, or?
Oh yeah, we use chimes when we get I know we still do a lot of trade with the people who are still whaling from Ryori. Look around, not a lot grows on the island of glass. Clearly.
Right.
So yeah, we use chimes. Sure, I could let these both go for maybe about. He's sort of trying to wend this around in his mouth, figuring what could be the right thing for this, while Rond looks at his actual item table, which actually has a thing for this.
Well, if he hasn't been able to sell it or get rid of it for 2 years, it can't be worth that much.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Who is Rond and what is an item table? The mystery.
Yep. So he looks at it, finally turns back to you, and he says, All right. I'll let both of these go for 250 chimes.
Well, that sounds reasonable. I will let you know how the cadaver berries go. If I decide to take them, I'll keep them on hand in case things get really bad. But yes, thank you anyway. I'm sure this will help.
Yeah? All right. Good luck to you. And he gives you a little vial with some kind of a thick-looking, very deep blue, but kind of like dark, like an almost blackish blue potion. and then a little pouch that you open up to see there's some kind of a pill inside of it.
Well, pleasure doing business with you.
So, Shirku, as you exit, rejoin your group to figure out how long you'll stay on the Island of Glass. Let's go ahead and take a break. We come back into this scene. Rather than playing through every single aspect of it, I want you guys to just tell me, what happens for the rest of your time here in the Blue Colony.
I think first we're going to go check out the place Emiko had been staying.
Yes, so you go, you check that out. You find that it's being occupied by this youngish woman named Kiko, who she's sort of got these very large glasses, very long black hair, and these elaborate braids. And she's, also got a little bit of the hippie-ish quality, but is maybe a bit more staid. You can see that there are several books in these cabinets that, must have been brought in here at some effort because they've all got these, fully enclosed fronts to them. But she tells you that, yeah, she, met Emiko while she was staying here. Eventually ended up moving into her place. Emiko crashes here when she comes back in from her job, which you find out is working with something called Vittle Storage in the Melayari village of Perkuma. But she doesn't really talk too much about it. She's sort of kept to herself, is what you learned there.
Did she leave anything behind, or does she leave all her stuff, take all her stuff with her?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like Emiko really left any personal effects here.
Oh, that's okay.
And I guess how often does she stop by?
I learned that Emiko usually come by maybe around once a week, stay overnight.
And I guess I might as well ask, when was the last time she was here?
Sounds like it was about a week ago, or whatever time frame would best line up with when that last dreaming happened.
Yeah, it's more or less a week. Saying a lot
Yeah,
like
just
that.
about.
Just about.
I guess we would also ask if she's seen those speedboats and how often those pass.
Yeah, Akiko tells you that, yeah, the speedboats, most of those come from Perkuma. She also mentions that they're kind of a newish thing, that they haven't always had those.
Does
So it's not much of a pattern. Okay.
Does she know where the speedboats, where they got them from? Or something similar?
Yeah, and just kind of shrugs to that.
Fair enough.
Alright. Unless you guys have more questions, I guess we can move on to the ruins.
Yeah. So if we're speeding along, I'll just say that if we see any writing, I'd like to use comprehend languages on it, touch it, try to read it.
All right, so you guys are trekking up away from the beach, sort of through the petrified forest towards where these ruins are.
Nice
Let me. Sorry, give me a second. Want to see if I have a good tile for this. This isn't the best one, but I'll go ahead and use it anyways.
Whoa.
Oh shoot!
Blast from the past.
Never
Holy
mind.
shit, I get to play Nia again. Yes!
Done! Hey guys, look, I'm done.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Hi, Nia. How are
What's happening right now?
Change
you?
my
Everyone comes
mind.
back.
Screw it. I'll just go back to this tile.
Okay.
That was not intentional.
Ah, that was great.
So, make your way away from the beach. You can see there are several of these stony, what must have once been striated trees, uh, but have now been completely calcified, mineralized, some of them stretching up to 15, 20 feet above you. Some of them uh, just stumps that rise up to your knees. None of them with branches, all just the old trunks. But it's clear from the striations, the patterns, that this was once some kind of a redwood forest, which is impressive and not what you'd expect for this locale. As you continue to move through, um, I'd like someone to go ahead and make a navigation or a survival check.
Oh man, I don't think we have Jin to do his navigator's tools this time.
You know, Bijutsu has navigator's tools. Is that okay?
I think I do. 1 second.
Oh, I'm looking right at her.
Yeah, sure. So if you want to, Julie, you can go ahead and roll a navigator's tools check.
Are you okay with that, Bijutsu?
Thank you, Dice Caddy.
You're welcome. Is that with intelligence? Because
Sure, yeah, intelligence works.
Hoggers. Nice.
So, easily enough, I'm assuming you asked around in the village. You managed to get what seemed to be good instructions to where these ruins are, and it takes you about an hour walking through this forest till you finally come to where it starts to clear out, where you start to see more of these dark ridges leading up towards what you know is the volcanic center of the island. You can even see that thin plume of smoke off in the distance. But it almost passes you by. Near this outcropping of glassy black obsidian, a few low remnants of some kind of walls. As you approach, you can see that it doesn't seem to have been like stone or brick masonry. It seems almost as if it was some kind of a packed earth wall. You can see remnants of what might have been not wood, since the wood would have rotted away by now, but kind of similarly to the way that the forest is petrified, a bit of calcified remains on the edges of it that have the patterns of wood grain in them. And there are a few almost glyphs, maybe even like a hieroglyphic sort of thing. Difficult to make out in here, but you do indeed see a couple of depictions of what look similar to those golems that you saw.
Sorry. Would calligrapher's supplies help at all with glyphs, or only written stuff? Like, is that writing? I don't know.
It's technically writing. Yeah, and there are a few aspects of it that do actually look a little bit more like a language, but it's clearly not a language any of you speak. I'll let you make a calligrapher's check, Fukuro, to see if you can puzzle out what this might have been.
Does Peyton want to try comprehend languages first, or?
Yeah, I can do that. It's the you also understand any written language, but you must be touching the surface.
All right. So you sort of concentrate in, Peyton, and you run your hands over these glyphs. They start to make sense to you. It's still fragmentary. Enough of it has been worn off, crumbled over time, and this is only a piece of the wall, that you can't completely follow a comprehensive account of what's happened. But what you can put together, there is a mention of a hidden city. There is a mention of a wall of lava and there is a mention of terracotta servants waiting for a return. That's pretty much all that you can put together, serving this fragmentary account on this wall.
Okay, I'll inform the others.
Cryptic.
I
Great.
wonder.
More lava.
This hidden city, do you think that's what these pirates are looking for?
It could be, could be. The pirates are really much of an archaeologist. So there's imagery, and so all the imagery is of the golems.
There are a few bits of imagery of these humanoid figures along with them. Most of them seem like kind of long, lanky humanoid figures, so you're not sure if that's stylization or if that indicates something about them.
I guess that's something we could keep our eye on. Because, I mean, I don't know why exactly they'd be searching for this army, but
Well,
very
the thing
strange.
we don't know is whether these people are associated with Jangok yet.
Right.
Could just be people digging up stuff.
Everybody knows archaeology is all the rage these days.
Of course. Although there is the one thing that stands out is the fact that there are golems here. That does share unmistakable similarities with Haranu. The fact that there are golems.
And they're ancient.
These golems, the one that we fought on the way to the Hick village, that's what I'm calling it now, the Hick village. Did it appear to have like a core of some kind, or was there any obvious glow inside of it that would indicate a power source?
No, it seemed completely different than any of the modern golems you've faced off against.
Probably magic, okay.
As you're having this conversation, you suddenly hear something, not a very far distance, a sound, kind of a chunk.
I suggest we leave.
Yeah! For the local society, we've overstayed our welcome.
Let's go then.
I can't suggest this in character, but out of character, would it be interesting if Peyton just did rope trick? Because it just reminds me of our Juniper.
I'm sure it's just a golem.
Yeah, that went so well when we did it on the Isle of Juniper, didn't it?
True.
I mean, it did. Didn't it?
No.
Oh, it went well several times.
I mean, we didn't die.
I think we just got supremely unlucky on that first roll.
We watched the elemental kill everybody, and then the elemental went away, and then we came out, and then we're like, okay.
And then
We hid from all
and
of
then
them.
and then Notrix stole the fucking talisman they were fighting over.
Okay. I guess we can go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're leaving later. Bye.
All right. As you turn around to leave, I'd like everyone to go ahead and make a stealth check for me.
Fun.
Maybe rope trick.
This
Never
will
ends. Stealth.
absolutely go fine.
Wait, that was for Musoka, and now it's Pijutsu.
Oh wow, stealthy old man.
Oh, stealthy,
Oh shit!
stealthy, college kid.
Yeah. even though Shiruko didn't have a great roll, everyone else's was high enough, and especially with that nat 20, that you sort of peek your way through these forests, duck through these trees, and you see two of these golems suddenly pull their way up from one of the ridges and kind of converge on that spot that you were investigating, the sun kind of glinting off their glassy black exteriors. One of them, what seems to be the center of it, that kind of diamond shape between the two large triangles, completely spins around, revealing that it's not actually fully attached to these blades, as if it's, yeah, purely a magical or magnetic force holding it together. I kind of seem to pace it slightly, but it's difficult to tell any more than that. You continue making your distance. So, as you guys do return to the village, I'm assuming you guys return to the Blue Colony. Does anything else happen?
We go surfing.
We go surfing. Fuck yeah.
You do go surfing. I would like everyone who surfs to go ahead and make an acrobatics check for me.
Is
Peyton
Bijutsu?
will only surf if someone manages to do a good persuasion roll against him. How about that?
Usoka goes up to him and says, "You know what? When I was a kid, I always had my nose in the book and I never tried it, and I kind of regret it. And I'm sure you're the same, huh?"
All right. Musaka, roll persuasion. Peyton, roll whatever you want.
Persuasion. Fuck.
What would be the...
Wisdom?
Yeah. Even with this very half-assed argument, Peyton, you're feeling particularly, I don't know, maybe you're feeling a little bit ill at ease with yourself. Maybe you're feeling weak. Maybe you're just a sniveling little worm today. But you easily give in to Musaka's cajoling.
Hell yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
it was acrobatics for the surf.
Oh. That's right.
Is Bijutsu doing it?
Yes, she's surfing. Fuck yes, she's surfing.
Wow.
Shuriken is not surfing.
So, you all, most of you, go out into the surf with Tokiyori as he returns. He starts sort of showing you the basics. Wizards, you both just wipe out time after time, and after a number of attempts, end up just mostly sitting on the beach, watching as Bijutsu and Fukuro try this out. Bijutsu, you are trying your best, but it's still not quite coalescing for you. You have kind of the equivalent of a boogie board, and you're mainly kind of paddling in the shallows and occasionally riding one of them back onto the beach. It's not majestic, but it's still pretty fun. Fukuro takes a few times, but eventually you start to get the hang of it. You start to feel it, and at one point, you and Tokiyori go further out to the surf, and you actually manage to stand on your board, and you sort of ride the crest of this wave, and you manage to right your weight again, and he calls out, "Whoa, righteous boarding, man."
Yes, I guess it is, isn't it? This is rather exciting.
He kind of points out towards the ocean, and he says, "Hey, that big one, that's not your ship, is it, man?"
Is he pointing at our ship?
He is. You realize that, yeah, you can catch sight of the of Setya's courage from here.
What if I told you it was?
Oh, dude, I thought you just came in on that little skiff. Look, if you want to, go to Perkuma, you might not want to go approach it in that ship, because, if they see you come up in that and dock in that, they might get all weird about it.
I think you're right, actually. So, I think I'll take that advice.
Whoa, here comes a big swill! Quick, grab the tip of your board, man! Make a sleight of hand check for me, Fukuro.
Fuck no.
Easily, you kind of grab the nose and sort of with your toes hanging off the edge of the board, sort of feel that wave wash over you and come out the other side, exhilarated, a little bit of water in your nose, a little bit of headache, and he says, "Oh, righteous! You totally nailed that."
Oh, that was amazing. Is that what it's like all the
Yeah.
time out here?
Oh yeah, man. There's nothing freer than being out on the waves. Just nothing but the ocean. You're bored, and I forgot what I was talking about. Eventually, after about an hour or two of this surfing, you come back, and Tokiori actually hands the board to you as you try to return it to him, Fukuro, and he says, "No, man, you're a natural. This belongs with you."
You... I couldn't. Really?
Yeah, man. Just remember to take it easy. Remember to be cool. Love one another, live and let live. All that. If you can live that way, then you can ride the waves, man.
Any of you who are, nearby see this sparkle in Fukuro's eyes that you haven't seen since he got that new bow. And he takes the board.
All right. So, with afternoon coming on, the shadows starting to grow. Does anything else happen here on the island of glass?
I want to say no, right?
Oh,
I think we're-
since I have proficiency in alchemist supplies, could I take a look at those cadaver berries and maybe try to figure out if I can make a less potent, less lethal dose?
Sure. It's not cadaver berries. It's a vial of some kind of an extract. You're not sure what else is in it.
Okay, so
But-
diluted somehow.
Yeah. You're guessing that it's probably going to be pretty tricky to try to adjust the probabilities, we'll say, the efficacy towards sleeping versus death. You can go ahead and take a shot at it. Yeah, make a check.
What skill? I guess would be intelligence.
Yeah. You take out your supplies, take out a dram from this bottle, and you try to titrate it with your little home kit. Try to spread it out, figure out what is going on here, but you're not really able to make any progress.
No, it's still an option when the going gets tough.
So, as you guys seem to finish up your time in the Island of Glass, maybe you've taken a little bit of tour of the art. Many of the people here you learn are self-proclaimed artists. Maybe you've sang some songs, maybe you've had a little bit of a fish fry with them. But knowing that you have to get on, what happens next?
I guess we should head back to the... I almost said Rand's Pride. No, that's the wrong ship. That was a long time ago. Setia's Courage.
Yeah, that's the first step at least.
Oh yeah. We go back and we're gonna have to talk about how to approach the. I'm always forgetting the name. Starts with a P.
Parakuma.
P?
Thank you.
Oh.
Parakuba.
Perkuma. How do you spell that? There we go.
Thank you. Hey, Parakuma. Easy.
So, do we just have the one skiff, or are there multiple skiffs, hung over the side like lifeboats?
How about this? Roll a d4, and if it's even, we'll say it's 2, and if it's odd, we'll say it's 1.
Okay.
Yeah, you've only got the one skiff.
Right.
Well, we can all fit on the one at least, so.
I was just thinking, like, do we want to bring any crew with us?
Is what's his face still around? The oh fuck.
No, we the smuggler guy. Remember, we promised him a hotel room.
That doesn't mean he didn't come with us.
Yeah, he wouldn't still be with you.
Damn it.
Aww. He's not sexy.
Oh,
He
Such
seemed to have a
is,
pretty clear plan.
Yeah, Hashiba.
Right,
was his
right.
name?
Well, I guess we can. Well, we know the general area. Like, it's somewhere around here. Like, between Island of Glass and Rayori. So, we could always try to sail out and, like, use the spyglass to try to spot it from afar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's try not to sail anywhere near the island that's floating, because that's
Absolutely.
dangerous, apparently.
Yep.
So we want to find it with the spyglass from afar, then use the boat to go in. The skiff, I mean.
If we manage to find it, yeah. And depending on the time, I guess.
Should one of us turn into like a bird and like scout it out too? Like see like what kind of like boat
I
stock there? I don't know.
don't know how common birds are on there, so
Oh, like albatross or something. But
Yeah, you know, you've seen birds around here. This isn't like Kanto.
this isn't Honto. Everything isn't fucking dead.
Yeah, there are birds, there are fish. There's, it's still pretty active, even though you had to pass through a storm to get here. There's plenty of fauna.
All right, well, I think we should just focus on trying to find it for now.
Yeah.
Yeah, scout it out.
So, where is the ship heading next?
We can, since we're staying far away from this island, we could stay maybe on this path, right? Like, here, let me use this. Like this path. And maybe hopefully the ship's like around here and we're just so far away that we could see it down here. I don't know, who knows? Like we'll just. Yeah, what do you think? Maybe we could do a little triangle.
oh yeah,
Oh, no.
we know it's between here and Rayori, so
Yeah. I just don't want to run into it. That's my only fear.
Well,
Like I want them to spot us and then try to murder. You know.
oh my god, it's another pentagram.
Another one. No.
No!
Hey, you didn't finish it, bro. Come on.
at least it wasn't a triquetra.
So how about so Fakura is on his spyglass trying to look out for it. So how about we just go? I mean, we've got to start somewhere, so just here, I guess.
Yeah, perfect.
All right, Fukuro, go ahead and, make your perception check as you move out. I don't know, how many miles was that?
Meow.
Yeah, like another 15 miles.
Does it get advantage with the spyglass, or?
Yeah. You survey the open ocean in all directions. You can see that there is this clump of some kind of a long grassy seaweed, several hundred feet off to starboard from the boat. You can see that there are occasional movements around it, as if there are several fish feeding there, but you don't see any sign of other boats from here.
Do we have any reason to believe it would be, what's the word? Hidden from regular view?
Magically, you mean?
Perhaps.
Entirely possible. I mean, it's a gigantic ship, is it not? I could see it being shrouded by some kind of a spell like Major Image, but it'd
Could
have to
you
be really
even...
powerful.
Yes, I was going to say, could you even use magic to hide something so large?
I don't know. I know it's definitely possible with smaller vessels, but it only would last about 10 minutes. Or
So let's
feeling so.
assume not then. Meaning it's nowhere around here. Though there might be a good spot for fishing over there.
Oh. How do you say we're doing on rations?
Well, we have a lot
Yeah.
of bananas.
Oh, right.
As you ask that back, it seems like you're pretty good for rations. You restocked when you were in Yingxi.
Right. Well, we'll keep that area in mind, I suppose. For now, we could always go deeper, see if we can spot something.
So, where's the ship headed next?
How many miles have we done so far? Like 20.
I think we have enough miles to get all the way to Rayori. Yeah, more than enough.
Rayori.
So don't worry about miles just yet.
That's fine. We just keep going forward, like about, like, I don't know, here.
I mean, if we see it sooner, we'll stop, but yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Yeah, make another perception check, Fukuro. It feels like it's getting later in the afternoon, and it seems like you can see a little bit of a fog coming in. Maybe even rolling all the way out into the ocean from the south. You're not sure, but it makes it a little bit harder to pick things up. You're not completely certain here whether or not it's somewhere on the horizon or not, but you at least can't see it in the immediate vicinity.
Well, the fog is rolled in and a little harder to see, but I can tell you we haven't hit it, or are not going to hit it anytime soon.
Well, it might be more south of the Island of Glass. We might be a bit far east.
You want to sail towards the vertex?
Well,
Oh.
slightly towards.
I assume Fukuro is no longer high?
Oh, yeah, that wore off a while ago.
Okay.
Sadly.
We don't need to go all the way to there, to the vertex. Just a bit in that direction.
Like maybe southwest?
Yeah, like right around there.
All right, Fukuro, yeah, you know what to do.
Woohoo!
Oh, beautiful. So, as you are scanning this horizon away from the fog that's sort of off to the southeast from where you are, you scan north and you think you can barely see a cluster of ships, something, maybe about 10, 12 miles north of where you are right now. And you realize with sort of the effects of the horizon line, your perspective has to be pretty sizable for you to be able to pick it up from this distance.
Well, it doesn't... Oh. I think I may have found it.
Sweet!
What? Really?
I guess he tries to point it out.
Yeah, you try to point it out, and you think you've got a pretty good grip on where this is. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and put that little thing where you can see it.
Nice.
Hmm.
Mm.
Oh, would you look at that? It was on the one wave in the middle of this blank piece of ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn it. Well. Alright. One step down.
So,
Hmm.
Fakura, you said that we shouldn't go in the ship?
I was told that something like this would attract attention.
Right.
Of course, that's probably true wherever we go, given the make of this ship.
Yeah, no shit.
Well, perhaps you could anchor further south for the night. I mean, it is fairly late, and then in the morning take the boats up? I don't know.
Provided it's still there. Though I suppose you could keep an eye on it. Given you're not exactly sleeping, no offense.
Though I think you also would realize, Fukuro, if you go too much further away from it than you already are, it'll probably be pretty hard to see. You may lose track of it.
Yeah. So maybe it's better if we stay closer. Maybe not any closer than this, or at least very little, but moving away I might lose sight of it.
Right. Well, wait, how dark is it? I might be getting mixed up that it's right.
Yeah, it's not nighttime yet. It's still afternoon.
Like 2, 3, something like that.
Maybe a little later than that, but you've
Okay.
got at least a couple hours of daylight, 2 or 3 hours of daylight left.
Well,
How long?
Maybe we could
Yeah.
make the approach tonight then.
Yeah, I think I was about to ask what Julia was about to ask, which is how long would it take us to get to the thing on the skiff?
Let's see. Rowing out that way, it would take a few hours. Also, sort of depending on the strength of Jin's efforts and the reliability of Bujutsu's seafaring. But yeah, if you went out there now, probably wouldn't hit there before nightfall.
I don't know if we should do that. Doesn't sound like the best idea.
Here's a question. How long would it take for a bird to fly over there?
Probably less time than that.
Ooh. How much is that less time?
Shoot, we figured out last time how far Eagle Peyton can fly. I don't remember
24,
what it was.
24 miles, I believe it was.
24 miles before you have to like reset it, or is that all together with like all three
Or-
spell slots?
Wait, how long can he stay in bird form?
An hour.
That's not right. That is not right at all. Maybe it was 4 miles?
Yeah, I
Maybe
remember
it was
this was like
maybe it was maybe that was over 2 hours because he's got a couple of spell slots worth.
Oh,
yeah.
I do believe it's like when you're traveling fast, it's 4 miles in an hour. I don't remember.
Yeah,
4 miles in
the
an
bird
hour.
can travel twice that. Yeah, hold on. Let me get out my calculator.
Oh, fucking nerds.
Kilometer.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's right. That's right. It was 4 miles in an hour for fast travel. For a bird that can fly twice that, it's 8 miles in an hour. So, yeah.
Hmm.
So, yeah, he'd essentially, if he wanted to fly there and fly back, he'd need to polymorph 3 times.
How fast would it be for a dolphin?
A dolphin?
think flying's
Um,
faster.
I think a dolphin, I'm going to rule it has the same speed as a killer whale, which I do know is a D&D creature. So I'm going to just check that out. Yeah. A dolphin you think would be the same speed.
Oh, okay.
We also know fly, so we could always polymorph 3 times, and if we're just short, we could always Minecraft creative fly back on the last few hours.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
maybe.
I know it's a little bit ambiguous exactly where the starting point for your ship is, so I'll just tell you right now. I'm going to rule that the village is 12 miles away from you.
Perfect, yeah.
Okay, so I'd have to I'd change into a human for a split second to cast the second time, right? Or how do we rule that?
I mean, you would, but I'll allow you to fudge that.
Okay,
I'm not. I'm not going to say
I'll
that in a second you crash out into the sea and lose consciousness.
Well, one quick question: Do you think we could use our spell slots better, making the skiff go faster, like with Musokar's water changing, water moving ability?
We could, but do we really want to be there just at night, or would you rather go
But
during
we
the
might
day?
be able to get there before night. I guess is the thing.
Well, yeah, but even if we do, it'll be night in like an hour from then. So
I think the idea is like as a bird, you could just scope out the area. We could find where to actually like dock, and we could find like are there people just kind of coming up in skiffs? Like, is that gonna be something that's gonna attract attention?
and try to find the dragon's fate if you can.
Yeah.
Though that shouldn't be hard because it's a giant fuck off boat. So
Okay.
This is like a chain of like a bunch of floating, or like it's basically like a floating village, isn't it? Or is this something else I'm thinking of?
no, that's what it is. It's a chain of
Yep.
floating. Like, you ever played Pokemon Emerald or any of those
Yeah,
games?
brother. Yeah.
Pacific Log
Okay.
Town. Remember that one? Yeah.
Yes. Okay. It's
Except it
exactly
moves. Yes.
a boat moves. Okay. So yeah, I say we do that. Like, just get a bird to scout it out. We'll make sure just so we can have a little bit of foresight going into it. Foresight, D&D. But yeah.
All right. So is that your plan? Peyton's gonna triple polymorph to scope this out.
yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
All right. So, Peyton, or wait, are you doing this as a dolphin or as a bird?
As a bird, I think that's probably easier.
Yeah, you want to see
Yeah.
the
Okay.
land,
So you watch as this old wizard sort of leaps off the side of the boat and polymorphs into his eagle Peyton form. This is like the 4th or 5th time you've taken eagle Peyton form, but I feel like we've never had a description of eagle Peyton, have we?
I think you found a picture
I
last
found
time.
a picture. Hang on.
Please.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
This is so important.
I'm trying to paste it, but internet's slow.
Oh,
I see one little sliver of it, but
Yeah, me
that's
too.
okay.
me
I think
too.
Blend it again. No.
Oh
What? Even if I open it in a new tab, it's just that tiny part of it.
Yeah.
It's
try
okay.
sending it again.
I believe you. I'm sorry. But anyways, Peyton turns into his majestic
It's,
eagle form.
It's a palace fish eagle, but I'll find the image again, I guess.
And you go zooming out across the waves, the ocean flying beneath you. An hour goes by. You briefly turn into an old man in the sky before you poop, poof, back into an eagle. Until you finally can catch greater vision. Oh, there it is. Wonderful.
Chad.
Wonderful. Majestic. Circling this village, you can see that you're not the only bird there. There are several gulls and terns that are also attracted to this place. Towards the center of this odd complex of a combination of boats and these floating hulks that are more like just houses on barges than they are like any ship. You see that towards the center, it looks like much more of a hodgepodge, like they're made out of bits of old repurposed wrecks and corrugated metal. But as you get out from the center, where there are these larger, more piecemeal crafts, there are finer looking ships, some of them even looking kind of expensive. These sort of more fully accommodated houses on barges that have the look almost of these fine townhomes, the kind of things you might see in the magazine's district of Yangshi. And that there are several of these speedboats on the edge. One or two of them seem to have a little bit of a flicker of blue towards the back of them, as if they have some kind of a much more primitive version of the engine on Setya's Courage. Several of them, even have these little sort of smoke assemblies that look much more like dwarven technology than anything from the Wushankos. You're too high up from where you are to catch a good vision of the people walking around this village, where there are these sort of, planks walkways set up from boat to boat, house to house. But you do see on one of the more well-to-do edges of this village this huge gray freighter, featureless. It doesn't look like there are any windows, so there is this kind of, you can see from the top of it, this wide kind of patterned glass that takes up the majority of the deck. And that around that, there are several more boats, almost all of them looking fairly expensive, kind of docked. And there are even a few kind of makeshift gangplanks that link them up. Hello?
Well, we found it, boys.
Oh yeah. So
Hey,
sorry.
there's one here.
Yeah. Does it look like there are any like boats leaving and going? Or are they all like just staying put?
Yeah, you circle for a couple of minutes, and you do indeed see one of these very quick small boats leave, and another couple of them that seem to be approaching from the southeast come and dock up in the Meliari village. You don't see any enter or leave from around that large gray freighter, though you do start to pick up that there are a handful of figures that seem to be circling around its deck that, again, is mainly dominated by this large glass. Maybe even it's a skylight.
Okay.
If you want, you can circle a little bit closer down, and I'll let you make a perception check if you're looking for anything about the village or the freighter.
Yeah, I guess that would be useful. Oh no, I'm supposed to use the eagle's perception, aren't I?
Yeah. So yeah, it has advantage and a +4. You can just roll 2d20 and we'll add +4 to the higher. So 17. Oh, that worked out perfectly. Yeah, as you get down lower, sort of trying to evade all the other gulls that are circling, and you can indeed see a few of the nets that have been pulled up. There are some kind of boats that have these makeshift cranes and trawlers on them used for fishing. Uh, well, what are you looking for more specifically? Well, we'll start with that.
Well, I'm thinking like if we're going to try to infiltrate this place, does it look like there's any place where there's like high boat traffic where we could easily like sneak in?
So, circling around, it seems like around the edges of the village, you start to spot what you thought were flashes of blue from the boats. You can see more clearly that most of them are actually near where these boats are moored up. And they look like kind of these very large glass orbs that are sort of bounded with brass on the edges that have some kind of a blue light within them that kind of flickers. Uh, it does indeed seem to be, I think you've had enough experience with it, to be chi, some kind of chi jars that, serve some kind of function for this boat, for this village. You can see that around the western side of the village are maybe more of these causeways, more places for these boats. Some of them slow, classic-looking fishing boats. Some of them speedboats to dock. It's clear that there's far less traffic around the freighter, but nowhere does it look like the kind of thing where you could exactly just sneak in a boat completely unseen. You think, and you could, especially from the elevation of some of these, I'll probably see anything coming, but it's probably going to raise less attention from the western side of the village.
Okay. I'm not sure if there's much else that it would be useful to know right now. Well, does it look like they have like any like gun installations, I guess?
You think you see one or two of those in the village proper, and as you maybe get a little bit closer to the freighter, where you can see that large skylight is made entirely of frosted glass, that there are several of them around that deck.
Oh, okay. Right. I can't think of anything else, so unless anyone wants to pipe in, I guess I'll just fly back.
What about looking for the Grief's Rise?
Oh yeah. Well, do we know what it looks like?
We
Could be
could look for
close.
the. Didn't Shiruku see some kind of a ship when he went through Henso's mind?
Yes, but I guess Shuriku isn't Peyton, so he wouldn't be able to just share the
Well,
image.
Well, I figured you would have told us, but whatever.
No, I would have described it, I guess.
I think to reliably identify the ship, especially with your top-down view, you have to get all the way down there and kind of skim the water, which may require a performance or a stealth roll for this eagle, because there's nothing that draws attention to you when you're up in the sky, but this eagle zipping along with all these seabirds might draw a little attention. I mean, maybe not anything negative, but might draw a little attention when you're down there at surface level.
You could attempt to eat one of the seabirds. That's what eagles do.
Ugh.
Oh. The things I do for the wait, how much polymorph do I have left now?
I mean, I'm going to go with what I said before, that it'll take you 3 uses of it to get there and get back. So I'm assuming that you do all of this scouting very quickly within a few minutes.
Yeah. Okay, I guess I can get closer. Oh, foresight ready, boys. I'll try to get closer with the pretense of trying to attack one of the burbs.
All right. You spot what looks like one of the smaller turns near the boats, and you dive down. Go ahead and make a dexterity check for the eagle. That's a d20 plus 2.
Ooh.
And you kind of you manage to kind of grasp one of its talons in your beak, but you make kind of this clumsy dive and sort of ends up having to push off from the causeway that you're on. And you spot one of the figures who's patrolling there. Looks to be just wearing this kind of a dull mustard uniform of some kind, just sort of relatively plain canvas, though it's clear that there's something else underneath, something you assume more protective from how bulky he is. And he sort of spots you and very idly, almost as if he doesn't care, raises his crossbow and tries to take a pot shot at Eagle Peyton.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no, 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 no.
Trying to hit a
And
fucking bird with a rock. Come on, he misses.
No, no, no.
Come on, fuck.
No, 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 no.
oh, 21. That is a good shot. Eagle Peyton has only 3 hit points.
Shit.
Oh no.
That's a problem.
No,
Yeah.
you got worse.
As you are trying to pull off Eagle Peyton, suddenly, this crossbow bolt hits you right in the center of your bird breast, and you just poof back into an old man and kind of thunk down onto this floating causeway right outside of this huge gray freighter.
Have I used my third polymorph yet?
No, you have not.
Okay. And okay, so this guy sees me. Anyone else around?
Yes.
How? Anyone else? Okay, lots of people around.
He's the only one who's down here on this causeway, though you also know that well, actually, as soon as he sees you, he says, "Well, there's some kind of a bird, mad!" And you instantly see 3 more faces peek out from over the top of the deck of this gray freighter high above.
Oh, fuck.
I would suggest just polymorphing and getting the hell out of there.
Yeah, just go, just go.
Why leave?
well,
Shot again and lose the spell.
Maybe polymorph into a fish and dive.
Yeah, I have an idea. I'm cast. Oh no, that's the same spell. No. Okay, I'll do this. I'll do Dimension Door, and
Oh, wow.
use a 2nd level spell slot to up the cost to a mile. Teleport a mile out to sea, and then cast Polymorph at 5th level to turn into a dolphin and swim away.
So, instantly, there are, for a brief couple of seconds, you're conscious, shouts from up on the top of the deck, from down here, and then suddenly, poof, you are gone, swimming in the sea. Polymorph yourself into a dolphin, and you dive down and begin to swim away from the scene, away from things that very suddenly started to go wrong. You swim for a half hour, an hour, and finally, your dolphin form drops. By this time, you can, as you're near the surface, you raise up, catch a breath. You can see that, evening has come. There's still a little bit of light in the sky, but the sun has already gone down. And you realize you're still about a mile out from Setya's Courage.
Okay, that's bad. I don't have a lot of options except for swimming right now.
Do you have Do you have access
Um,
to
Do I
rope
ha-
trick?
Do you?
Oh yeah, I guess I can do a rope trick.
More importantly, can you teleport? Or
I-
no, is that a...
You know, I've
Yeah.
been. You think Fukuro would just be watching in that direction to make sure nothing bad happens? I think he would be.
You can say that, but still, just spotting a lone wizard a mile off is going to be pretty tricky.
I mean, I do have a spyglass.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I was just going to suggest that Peyton use rope trick to take a short rest and get spell slots back, and then just get out of there.
Oh, that's right. He can get a 5th level spell slot, can't he? Or did he already use that
yeah.
today? No, he didn't. Okay.
No, we just had a long rest. Okay, I guess in the absence of any other options, I can just do that.
Unless Fakura wants to try.
Yeah,
I mean-
Fukuro, if you want, you can make a perception check, but this is going to be a pretty high DC.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Nope.
That was the worst one today, of course.
So, Peyton, rising up in the water, feeling its chill start to get to you as you're soaked through your robes, you quickly take out the bit of rope that you always carry along with you, fashion it into a loop, and then crawl in. And so you go ahead and, all right, there you are.
Yeah, I'll I regain. I'm going for 1 4th level and 1 1st level, I guess. And
All
then I'll
right.
use my polymorph to get the rest of the way back to the ship.
Okay, so the rest of you are aboard Setya's Courage. You're starting to worry. Peyton should have been back an hour ago. You know that he only had about 3 slots worth of polymorph to sustain him.
I don't like it. He's been gone too long.
Way too long.
Did you think they got him?
Well, personally, I'm not worried about the man who fought a giant crab kami on his own.
I know, but... exactly an hour ago he should have been here. Like... what if he got caught, or what if something happened where... what if he turned to a dolphin and then he got eaten by another kami? He's old! Damn it! Why didn't I go with him?
And it is at that moment that you finally see the little silhouette of an eagle approaching and finally land on the deck.
Oh, thank. Oh, sweet Sarah Dolman, as the Westerners would say. You gave us a scare, Peyton.
Yes.
Yeah, dude,
he
what
just,
happened?
Says everything he saw, and then tells about being hit and teleporting away and all that.
Why did you go after the bird?
Was it
It
a
was
cover? Like a, you know, documentary thing where you're
Yeah.
eating birds?
Was a justification for getting closer.
Ah, I see. Well, if people saw you, I imagine we won't be able to... Shuruku, would you be able to whip up a disguise for someone else?
Well, I think I can do something at least. I don't think any of us should just go looking... well, looking like we did back on Hanto. Looking like Vanguard. We should
That
make
is
some
a good
effort.
point.
Okay, we'll just... Peyton, you're gonna have to be a little more careful talking to people, but... I mean, it was just a handful of guards that saw you, but... how bad could that go? You know? Hello? Fuck.
Yeah, I didn't think that was something I would respond to.
No, okay, I'm sorry. I saw DC for
Uh,
a second. We're good.
Yes, but to get to the more pressing matter, I have identified the west side as the most accessible entry point, but they're very likely to still see us regardless, so we'll need some sort of plan of approach.
I believe the best plan of approach is to look like we belong.
Yes. What do the
You know what
people
they
look
say?
like?
If you go someplace with confidence and act like you're supposed to be there, people don't tend to question it.
Yes. Well, you might be a bit exhausted tonight, Peyton, but maybe tomorrow you can make some more bananas? I don't know if that is a suitable use for your arcane powers, but I don't know. Just having them would be a good alibi.
I suppose. Yes, tomorrow then.
And that's, well, we should just try and make a bit more of an effort to look like merchants this time. I mean, does it... Anything anyone can think of that is vaguely sellable? Well, bring it forward if you can.
Thinking.
Yeah, I don't think most of us have much, really.
Did you see
Yeah.
Did you see a lot of merchant stalls, Peyton? Did you do you think is that gonna be an okay alibi, us being like merchants, like banana selling merchants?
I don't think that's the kind of stuff they primarily trade in over there. Seems like they
Yeah.
primarily do shadier shit.
I think...
Did I see any grocers?
I mean, you would have seen, signs of some kind of an active economy there.
They're just kind of citizens running around, like it's not just all official looking people.
Um,
It-
I'm not really sure what you mean by official-looking people.
It's
As
a
in,
town of like citizens, right? Yeah.
Yeah. It's he landed close to the to that big gray freighter, which as stated, seemed to have kind of a slightly different ethos going on than the rest of the village.
Okay.
Yeah.
We should be okay then.
Yes, from my understanding, the rest of the village should be fine. I mean, they do accept visitors. Like Emiko is working there after all. It is just a big...
Speaking of Emiko, I could probably try to talk to her tonight.
Yes, do let her know that we are nearby. So she might not be.
I did not exactly reveal what we would... Well, the last time I spoke to her, I pretended to be her conscience.
Oh.
So,
Let's see.
well, you could just tell her that help is on the way, that we know of her predicament, and that we are willing and able to help. So that could be something.
Right. I can tell her that we're with Taranu and that
Well,
yes, we know of Sayaka. Because he's with Lou the Second. Right now.
but yes.
She.
She's with
I
Lou the
thought-
Second, sorry.
They're
Yeah.
lesbians, Harold.
The lesbians. No, I just...
Maybe don't say we're from Haranu. I don't think she has
Okay.
the best opinion.
I don't think she cares about that. More just we're originally here to save Lou, but we're here to
I
help her as
would
well.
leave that part out too. Because she'll put 2 and 2 together pretty quick. Heck, get it 2 and 2 because Lou the Second.
Well,
do what
I
you
do
need to
need-
do to convince her that we're here and our goals align and we want to help. We're willing
I
to
mean,
help.
I think it's pretty safe to say that we've got our own thing against Shanguk, and if doing that's gonna hurt him, then hey, 2 birds, 1 stone. Enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Okay. I think that works.
Well, is there anything else we want to be doing then?
I don't know, you want me to send anything off to Boss Lady?
Tell her that we've found the dragon's fate. Also inform her that that Musaka attempted to dream with Sakane, that it didn't go too well.
Alright then.
Mention that the dragon's fate is sort of southeast of the island of Glass.
Alright. So, mission update. Dragon's Fate located southeast Isle of Glass. Masoka attempted contact with Sakane. Not good position, probably captured. Or
Definitely captured.
definitely captured. And yeah, that's the message.
All right. You send this message off, and there's a little bit of a pause before you finally get the reply. Stressing news, but not unexpected. Luckily, it seems Hanto was the bigger target. Do what you can, but prioritize Lu and information. Sakane can wait.
Right,
That's
and
the
she would forward that to the rest of us. Priority is new information. Sakane can wait.
I believe the optimal idea would be to get both of them.
Of course, but priorities. Straight from the top.
No offense to Lou II, he is important and he is pretty baller, as he would say. Sakane is a friend.
And
The only
Sakane
thing
might
is
know
Yeah,
information.
definitely true, and it would be pretty shitty to leave him hanging.
No,
It
I
is true.
agree. Only thing is, because of the type of magic that's affecting him, I'm sure it's not. It's not that Tabaxi? Fuck. Tiger Rider. It's not that Tiger
You can
Rider.
say
that's...
Tabaxi. Tabaxi is technically right, you know.
Every time you say Tiger Rider, Fukuro glares at you very judgingly.
No. What's it called?
Yeah, Tabaxi is like the more PC term in this setting, but Tiger Rider is the more common
really?
term. Yeah.
Okay. Yo, I'm PC. What's up? Well, it's not the Tabaxi that's capturing Lou. So the only problem is that they might not even be on the same ship.
Well, the only way to find that out is to, well, look for information.
Yeah, I wonder if Emiko Yi knows something about him. I could always ask her.
You could also attempt to communicate with Sakane again. You did say that you told him you'd come back.
I did.
Well,
It's
Fukuro,
just...
your object detection engine, it could potentially find Liu, right? I mean, if he's wearing the same clothes or something.
Correct me if I'm wrong. He was wearing some kind of jewelry when we first met him on the first session of this arc, right?
I'm not sure if he had jewelry. I mean, he had a sample of the diamonds that were being held in trust by Horano.
That's what the
he'd
diamonds
absconded
were.
with.
All I
So-
wrote down was diamonds. All I wrote down was that he had diamonds. Okay. Yeah. We were close enough to see what he was wearing when he was kidnapped pretty clearly, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a start.
So, I guess... Hang on. Let me pull up the card for it. The second paragraph is mostly the relevant part.
Yeah, all right. Okay, so yeah, you've got that in your back pocket. You don't know if he still has the same clothes, but it's something.
I believe if he's still wearing the same clothes that he was when he was taken, I should be able to locate them.
Yeah, that is what
Worth
we will do
trying.
then.
Mhm.
And, well, tomorrow night, Musaka, maybe think about Sakane again. Tonight, concentrate on Emiko.
Okay.
If you can talk to her, just, yes. Try to tell her that she has allies who are also working against her enemies, and we would like to team up, as a manner of speaking.
And
Okay.
perhaps...
Maybe set up a meeting place.
Yes.
If she is willing. She is not the most... She may be suspicious.
Understandable. Other thing about Sakane is, I don't know if I mentioned this, but the dream itself, it seemed like it was dangerous. Like if I stayed there too long, it would have done something to me. So I do think it's smart to have a buffer night to, well, let whatever that is forget me, and then I could go back into Sakane's dream.
Fair enough. You're the dream expert, not me.
Right. Well, alright.
Yes. So as night has gathered, things get late. You each go off to your own bunks. Musoka, you settle in and attempt to dream all of the... Oh, go ahead.
So I don't know if you want to mention this first, but Shuriku is going to try the downer drugs.
Oh, nice.
I guess get out of the way first, probably. I guess.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Shuriku, you open this pouch, look at this odd little pill inside of it, shrug, pop it back. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
Okay.
We want a low score. You wanna...
Do I?
Shuriku, as you, for the first half hour, you don't feel anything. You think it was a dud. Maybe this guy scammed you. And then you feel something as you try to get up from this cot where you've been half standing. You suddenly realize that it's so far away between your feet and the floor. You don't know how you got all the way up here. How did the floor get so far down? You try to reach out to steady yourself, but the rope, the coils of it, they're coiling around each other. They're wriggling like they're alive. As you try to call out to tell someone what's happening, ask for help, you can't. It feels like your mouth has been packed completely full of cotton. You're unable to make a sound, and you are absolutely terrified.
I assume Jinrui is seeing all of this?
Yeah, maybe.
He's not
That's good.
programmed to help people.
Yes, he is. What are you talking about?
It's literally his job.
Jinroy happens to think that this is just an elaborate piece of play acting.
Oh, okay.
You know, Shosho used to do something similar when he was doing his clown practice. He spent a semester at clown college as a fallback career in case engineering didn't work out.
Fair enough.
It could be the opposite. But go on.
Yep, that's my night, I guess.
Yeah, you have an absolutely horrible time for the next several hours, Shiriku. Meanwhile, Musoka, getting off of the very detailed descriptions that Fukuro and Shiriku were able to give you of Emiko, you concentrate in as you let yourself drift off. I'd like you to make either an Arcana or an Insight check, though I will say if you make an Insight check, the DC will be a little bit lower.
Oh, this is hard because my Arcana is OP, but my Insight is bad.
Go for the Arcana then.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for Arcana. Nice, nice. Hey, let's go. Eye emoji?
And you don't want to add anything to that, do you?
Well, that you say it.
Said that. Now that you've said that.
Ah, you said that. You could add like foresight to add 3, right?
That's right.
3 to that.
All right, you're adding a foresight to that?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. I'm sorry, just, the number I was thinking of was 20, and I thought, oh man, that would be so lame if you're one off and then you contact some random other person named Demiko.
Yeah.
Okay,
Funny, actually.
so to concentrate in, find yourself in this fairly well-to-do looking tatami room. And there is a young woman sort of sitting on her own in the corner, not in the corner, in the center. She has what looks like a very understated but elegant tea set in front of her. And she's pouring herself some. And she kind of looks up at you and furrows her brow and says, okay, this is random. So who are you?
Oh, hello. Are you Emiko Yi?
Yes, I am Emiko Yi.
Oh, thank God, I got the right person. Okay.
And she sort of seems to furrow her brow. Wait, what's going on right now? How did I get here? Like, you're not some kind of a kidnapper, are you? You didn't, like, drug me and toss me in the back of your wagon, and now I'm, like, gonna be sold into human slavery or something?
What? No. Goodness, what a imagination you have.
It's
my
a
name
joke.
is.
Easy.
Oh, whew, okay. Listen, some of the people I've been talking to the past few days don't have much of a sense of humor, and yeah, okay. Either way, hi, my name is Musoka, and you're actually dreaming right now.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Yeah, it's funny, like, random assholes coming up to me in my dreams is kind of, like, becoming a regular thing now.
How many of these people have come up to you, just out of curiosity?
Well, I mean, you're the second one, but the last one, like, really, really had to hammer it home.
Understandable.
So, like, are
Well,
you gonna try to guilt trip me? Or is this gonna be a whole thing where we're gonna be like, oh no, you did terrible things, but you're still okay, but you still did terrible things?
I mean, I don't know exactly of terrible things, but I was going to ask if
Because look,
you...
like, I've been on that trip already.
No, I'm not going to guilt trip you. I want to help you.
By helping me to find the light within, you can be
No.
a good person if you just look within your heart.
Listen, I think you're already a great person. Just more... I know you're looking for Sayaka, right?
Yeah?
Well, we know where she is. And
We, as in my collective subconscious?
no, we as in me and a group of my friends who are I don't know, should I really leave out that I'm out of character? Should I really leave out that we're not saving Lou second?
I think
Like, why else would we help her?
Well, I guess. I think right now she's not. She doesn't know that you're a real person. I think is the thing right now.
I know. Yeah, I'm trying to tell her like we are actual people who are trying to. Oh, that's right. Okay, no, I know what to do. Okay, I'm just gonna say no. We, as in a group of people who don't like Changak. Outside
So
of
you're
your
not-
dream, I'm a real person.
Okay, so this isn't like my dream going and hanging out at cool parties that I'm not invited to when I'm asleep.
No. But I did let you form your own environment. This is a very pretty shrine? Temple?
I'm not sure what I was dreaming of. Like, I used to have to come here for Bushido classes when I was a kid, but I always hated them. And she looks down. I don't even like this kind of tea. This is the kind with the roasted brown rice in it. Look, it's horrible. It makes it taste like grass.
Well, I've had plenty of dreams where, well, I fail a lot of my tests, and then I'm late for a final. Some of those realistic dreams can sometimes be the worst kind.
Hmm. Okay, so, mysterious dream siren. Why don't you tell me how we'll make all my dreams come true? What's going on here?
Oh, right. So, with Sayaka, she's currently being held in a boat called the Grief's Rise.
Yeah, no shit.
Okay, so but well, the thing is, we know that Changok is going to be using her for what is he using her for again? She's going to be the leader of the League of Excellence, right? And he's going to marry her to gain power. Little recap.
Okay, you're clearly not a very well-informed dream sprite.
God damn it.
Sayako Ye, the new head of the League of Excellence, taking it in exciting new directions. Oh wow, look at all these new initiatives. Never mind that she's been brainwashed by some horrible, I don't know, like gross, rapey, beardo colonel guy.
Oh, God. Yes, exactly. We don't want her to be used by Changok, in any way.
Yes, obviously. What do you think I'm doing?
Well, we want to help you. Because we know that if he forces her to marry him, then he's going to gain control of the entire League of Excellence. Therefore, well, we have some mutual interest. Also, have you seen Changok recently?
Geez, it's always so hard to pull yourself out of the dream reality into the real reality. Okay, I am. That's it. I'm at Rayori right now, or well, just off the coast of Rayori, but I'll be due back at the Vittle Drums tomorrow. Yeah, Changok. It's been a whole thing. Like, wait, how do I know that you're not like some siren working for him?
Okay. Hey, Julia speaking. I mean, okay, never mind. Julia's not speaking anymore.
It's a difficult question.
It's hard for me to exactly prove that. Well, we weren't originally only here to, well, save Sayaka. Essentially, well, the reason why I asked you that is because we know that Chingok's been injured.
He's been injured.
Yep. Which is why now is the perfect time to strike.
Is that why he delayed the meeting?
Oh, probably. So I see he's holding this meeting.
Look, I've just been getting little bits and pieces from what I can. Haven't been able to get onto the fate proper yet, but I at least know how. In theory, I know how I would do it. It's gonna be hard by myself, but I know that there are a bunch of bigwigs here, including league people, including council people, and they're all pissed that there was a meeting that was supposed to happen at one time and now it's been delayed. But I'm figuring maybe sometime in there'll be so much attention over that I can somehow get in there and pull Sayaka out.
During
Oh.
the meeting or during the chaos?
Geez, I really hope you're not working for Chengok.
I'm not. I don't know how else to, well, prove it to you, but I swear.
Why are you helping?
Well, you see,
You got some kind of a fetish for reuniting brainwashed couples?
No.
Like, it wouldn't be the weirdest one I've heard of.
No, not that. But, what is wrong?
I mean, you can be honest, no kink shaming here.
No! We also are against Chengok. Like I said. In fact, we're the ones who made sure that he got injured. I don't know if you've heard, but he recently visited Hanto.
He visited Hanto.
Yeah, and that's where he got injured. I guess, okay. Another person...
Like an attack on Hanto.
On Hanto, yes. Like, he led
Okay, because the
attack
rumor
on...
that I heard is that Hirano did that.
Oh, well, they are the Rebel Vanguard, and they were flying Hiranu flags. I wouldn't be surprised if they blamed it on Hiranu. Also, okay, another reason that why we're helping you is because he also brainwashed a friend of ours, and we're trying to get him back.
Who's your friend?
His... Hold on, Julia speaking. Should we tell her about Liu, or is this Sakane we're talking about?
You might be able to just say the name Liu.
I could just say Liu, right? I don't think it's that crazy.
Or you could say Sakane. Liu we actually know is there, is the important
Liu we
thing.
know is with Sakane, yeah.
So yeah, is there. So just say Liu. Just don't mention, Liu the second, son of the Khan of Hiranu. Just don't say
Right.
that.
Well, I'll just say, well, another reason we wanted to help is because Sayaka is being held with a friend of ours named Liu.
Wait. Yeah, that's the kid, right?
Yeah.
Like, sullen teenager. Seems like he probably writes shitty poetry in a journal or something.
Currently? You've seen him?
I mean, I haven't seen him, but look, I've been setting this up for a long time. I've been trying to find out what I can. I know
Do you
that.
know? Mhm.
I know that she's not the only one here.
Right. Yet, she's
Okay.
holding our friend, and, well, do you know why they would be together?
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's because they've got the same main ship.
So you think it's just coincidence?
I mean, I don't... Look, I'm pretty sure I know why Sayaka is here. She's the head of the League of Excellence. She's gonna speak out, get all the holdouts over to Changok's side, whatever his side is. And, look, I've just been following what rumors I could, what gossip. Most of us aren't ever allowed onto the Dragon's Fate, alright? Vildrums only reloads the Fate, like, maybe once, maybe twice a week. Just to bring them fresh produce and fish. And I, so far, haven't been on one of those teams, but I've heard enough and picked up enough that there are rumors that there's, another person in his camp, someone who's gonna somehow be important for the meeting. I don't know.
Important for the meeting. Yep, that's Liu. This might... It might be easier to talk about this in person. Would you like to meet up? Sorry, kind of sudden, but
I guess I could, but look, you gotta promise not to blow my cover if we do this.
of course not. In fact, we're not totally, uh, well, well versed in the island you're staying on, so you should probably pick the venue we meet at.
Okay. I don't know why I'm doing this. Well, I do know why I'm doing this. Because I want to get Sayako away from there, and I really don't know how I can do it on my own. So I'm trusting that you're going to help me, okay?
And you're putting your trust in the right place.
All right. Right now, I'm with the Vittle Drum crew. We're picking up a shipment of produce from Rayori. Tomorrow morning, we should be getting back to Percoma. Actually, probably more like midday. Anyways, we'll be getting back to Percoma. We'll be unloading it there. If you want to arrive there, they're always looking to do business with anyone selling arms or with anyone selling like hard to acquire goods from the rest of the council waters. Oh, chi dealers especially. I don't know if you've got anything like that. But if
Weird.
not, maybe
shot
your
in the-
best bet would be to
Yeah.
act like you're just itinerant fisherman or something.
Oh, that would work?
Yeah, I mean, they catch plenty of fish on their own, but there are so many people living off fish here, and they think they can pawn it off at Berkuma because the prices are a little bit better. You know, what'll most likely happen is that they'll say thanks, no thanks, let you catch your breath on that on the docks for a while, and then I could maybe set up some sort of a meeting with you. Look, if you've got enough magic to contact me like this, have like I've heard sirens have an echo network. They can like communicate with each other over any distance.
How do you know that? Oh, well, we do have quite a few people in our party who can contact other people. Through like long distances with our minds. Yes.
Okay. So, how about this? You get to Percuma around midday. You contact me discreetly. I'll figure out some place we can meet. We can figure out whatever this nonsense is.
Perfect. By the way, we're shot in the dark. Do you think bananas would be a good cover for us to be selling?
Oh no, not in Percuma. Oh God. Let me tell you, I've spoken to our dealers on Rayori. You don't want to know what they can do with bananas there.
Oh. Okay. Duly noted. We'll probably try to catch a lot of fish tomorrow and yeah, much better than bananas. Okay. Thank you. And we'll see you tomorrow.
She kind of gives a nod. And the dream slowly starts to fade out as you come to once more. Morning. Aboard Sethi's courage. And with that, after a quick constitution save from Shiraku, cue roll.
Lovely.
Poor guy. Yay.
All right, you feel like you just barely managed to hang on. Maybe those pills helped you. Maybe they didn't. You don't know. They were horrible. You wouldn't want to take them again. But you're still maintaining it. 2 exhaustion. But yeah, with that, as Musuka shares the events of her dream, you get prepared for maybe a day of fishing or a day of rowing out to the village. Go ahead and close out this session.